If Lands Could Kill, featuring Knifecity, Ryke, Samhain Crow, and Hot Sauce.
All right, welcome to another episode of If Lands Could Kill. I'm Knifecity.
This is Ryke.
Samhain Crow.
Hot to the sauce.
This is episode 23.
Oh, shit.
And a long list of hilarious moments brought to you by the boys of If Lands Could Kill.
You're so monotone right now.
Speaking of the boys of If Lands Could Kill, what have the boys been up to lately? Hot sauce?
What? So I've been laid off since Friday of last week. So when you're listening, or when this thing comes out, it's Monday. So by Monday, I've been laid off for like 10 days. Just been waking up at 11 a.m.
Feeling pretty
jerking
good.
it real quick.
Yeah, jerking it. No, I don't do the morning jerk.
No,
I don't
never?
do the morning jerk, no.
You gotta
I do
let
it
it...
before work usually, and then after work,
Well,
before bed.
yeah.
By 11 a.m. it's already afternoon jerk.
Let the stress build up anyways.
No, yeah, you need to let the pressure build up. It's
Oh,
all
I
about...
got tons of pressure, babe.
It's all about the journey, not the destination, okay?
My dreams I never have dreams of like me and Jessica Alba and all that other shit. It's always like I'm a failure in some way and I'm like not in control of it and like I accidentally like hit someone with my car and like I'm having to go to court with their family and shit. Like it's all this weird stuff. That's what my dreams are. So that's when I wake up from that, I don't want to jerk it.
I had a dream this morning, like I woke up from my alarms and felt like I sleep for 15 minutes and somehow I was doing a tranny and I don't know, I was underneath like licking her ass and it was really awkward.
And you liked it though. In the
I
dream.
did. I woke up with a heart on.
And that
was
day,
very strange.
You learned something about yourself.
No, I knew
that. We all already knew.
I knew it too. I just try not to admit it as much, but it was a good dream. I jerked it this morning to it.
It's pretty good.
All right.
So yeah, jerking off.
Yeah, so speaking of...
And this is a Magic Cast, I believe.
Speaking of jerking off to no avail, when are you going to start streaming some MTGO there, Hot
Yeah,
Sauce?
so it does put a little hinder because of the income.
Correct.
And I'm also trying to buy a place to live. So that also holds me back because for the first time since I was 16, like $5 like means more than $5. You know what I mean?
Right.
And before it's like I just don't even care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wipe your ass, $5.
What's that?
Wipe your
kind
ass,
of. You know what I mean? If it saves me time, I'm like, that's totally fine. I would be, with a job, I'm the kind of person that would like pay for the delivery service to just like have someone go shop for me or something like that. Or
Right.
like, oh, there's a video game at GameStop I want to get, but like I don't want to go there, so I'm going to pay, like, there's those apps now where you can like go on, pay a guy $4 or $5, whatever, and then he'll like go do the service for you and drop it
Really?
off.
I need to look at
For anything, literally anything. They have it for like laundry, they have it for fucking anything. So anyways, I'm totally that guy. I'm totally convenience guy, and now I'm not. Now it's like cereal, peanut butter,
Cereal?
Cereal.
Cereal.
Like
Cereal.
like a pillow, right?
Yeah, or milk.
Or milk. Yeah.
Whip.
Right. So I'm totally that kind of guy now. I have to just hold back and Jack in a Box tacos and just whatever's a meal's gonna be like $2 or $3. You know what I mean?
Right.
Rather than going out and getting a combo
it's
for
all
$8.
about the dollar menu now.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate, but that's what has to
It's
happen.
good to have you back.
Yeah, thank you. so yeah, really.
Son of a
Back to your
bitch.
roots.
Dude,
Back to our roots.
I've been on the dollar menu for forever. Like, it's almost like a big deal when I get like a meal. Cause I'm like, I'm gonna be full either way. I'm just gonna spend $4 and get 4 fucking little shitty chicken sandwiches. Yeah. And it's not as great as like the $6 burger or whatever, but whatever.
You're like, you know what? I'm not gonna go for the number 3. I'm gonna go for the number 1 today.
Yeah.
Number 1. And you say it all loud in the
2
speaker.
slices of cheese. Oh my god.
Exactly. Let's double that cheese. Bacon fucking tell me about it.
It's a good
Do
day.
it. So
what you're saying is you need to borrow some cards.
that's
so
what
you
I'm going
can
to
get
do.
some
Knife
streaming.
offered to let me borrow whatever I can from his collection, and I can build some stuff. But I still want to build janky decks, just interesting decks, not try to do any tier 1 nonsense.
And right now you're talking about streaming MTGO wise.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So the webcam is in the mail, and so I'll have that, and then I have Mr. Peppermint Swirl, which might be making a guest appearance tonight. He is going to help me with a simple overlay. I'm not going to do like the craziest whatever with like donations and all this shit. I really don't care. It's fine.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, it'd be sweet right now, yeah.
Yeah,
Stream,
probably
get free
wouldn't.
money.
Yeah, maybe, but it probably wouldn't happen. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Hey, once you start getting more viewers,
get
Dedicating a time slot to it.
Exactly.
Could happen.
But I do have the time right now during the day. Like fill a good spot, maybe like a 3 to 6 or something like that. I know a lot of the streamers come in like after their 9 to 5, so that's when it gets busy. I could totally just do the midday shift on that one. So yeah, we're planning on that. Probably start in like 2 weeks, I would guess, and then we can get a day. But besides that, we did get an awesome 3-foot by 3-foot playmat by shout out to Inked Playmats. They hooked it up, even though they didn't hook it up whatsoever. We paid full price.
Yeah.
But they still gave us an awesome playmat with like proper resolution, good colors. Like, could not ask for better.
It is
pretty
it's a
sweet.
fine looking playmat.
Yeah, we have two diagonal lines that go through it, and they're really, really fine, and it does not have any like jagginess to it at all. So it's perfect. We're all very, very happy and excited that this thing
It looks
came out the way
top
it did.
notch.
Yeah.
We've seen some versus videos with
Yeah,
it soon.
that's the thing. Now we can actually do some versus videos. We've been on hiatus for like 3 months now or something like that, 4 months.
Yeah.
So we'll get back into that. Anyways, about my week, not a whole lot, I don't think. Me and the roommate are playing Halo Reach because he never played it. And so before like Halo 5 comes out or whatever, we'll go ahead and get on that. He's never played the campaign, so I think the campaign of Halo Reach is the best of all the series.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought it was pretty enjoyable.
Yeah,
myself.
I think it's a good standalone title, and I like things that are darker, and this is the darkest of the series, and so I like that a lot. There might be people to be like, no, Halo 3, whatever, fine, but
Is Reach the prequel or the before the main story?
Yeah, it's not the
Is it the Fall of Reach or whatever it is?
it's a Fall of Reach.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So like Halo 4, you see what's her name? What's the main?
Cortana?
No. What's the main chick that is the one that like did the Spartan program? Do you guys know who I'm talking about? Halsey. Anyways, if you guys know who that is, she's
It's
like
been too
in her
long.
fucking 70s in Halo 4. Well, in this one, she's like probably in her 40s.
Oh, okay.
If there's any reference.
This is when
about
there's
that.
all the different Spartans and everything?
Yeah, there's all the
Yeah,
different
yeah,
Spartans,
yeah.
all the different Mark IV Spartans and all that stuff. So yeah, so there's all that.
The
and
Master Chief, you play
we're playing that. Yeah, you do not play as Master Chief. So you play as like Agent 6 or
Spartan
some shit, like
number
Spartan 6.
-849er barcode.
So I don't want to talk about the story because the story is like the most important part of it. Otherwise, it's just Halo, and the controls are kind of like they change it. You know what I mean? Like every 2 years, whatever, or every 2 games they like change it. But it's still like solid. But then again, when you go and play like all this new shit that's out,
Destiny?
Destiny and all that stuff.
clunky.
It does. It does. Like I think the on-center stick feel. Like say you want to move
Wait, which one feels clunky?
the old Halos.
Oh yeah, of course.
Where like when you have the stick and you want to move 2 feet to the right, like the enemy's just barely there. Well, like you either have like you start moving it and you have like no motion, or you have super quick motion.
Right.
There's like it doesn't have this progressive feel like the new games do. So I think that the stick control's a little lacking, but otherwise like the graphics hold up and all this other shit. So anyways, we did that, and then also the Evolve beta was from Friday till Sunday.
So explain to me what Evolve is, because
Oh.
I saw you post something about it, but I have no idea what it is.
Evolve is, first of all, it's the shit.
Okay.
First of all.
Duly noted.
Second of all, it's made by Turtle Rock, which is the guys that made Left 4 Dead.
Which
Okay.
is the shit as well.
Which is also the shit, right? Like, Left 4
Thank you,
Colin
thank
said
you.
it,
Do
purposeful.
you guys know I had the witch tattooed on me?
Exactly.
By the way?
And the witch was awesome.
Yeah, she's so menacing.
She is. So she's just
Fucking
crying in the
terrifying.
corner.
She's innocently evil.
Terrifying.
That's why I like
What a
her.
cunt. So yeah, so they made this game, and it's going to be the same thing as Left 4 Dead in the way that Left 4 Dead was the best game ever for 3 months. Like when that thing came out, everyone ignored other games, and you play Left 4 Dead for 3 fucking months, and it was amazing. And you get all the people together, and everyone's trying to get on at the same time, and it's perfect. And then after that, it's probably going to fall a little bit short. But it's only on the next gen consoles and computer. It is really, really good graphics. So how it plays out is there are 4 hunters and 1 like beast, 1 monster. And so it's 5-player game.
Okay.
And you can make things AI or whatever else. And if like a person does drop out, then that hunter just goes to AI or the monster or whatever else. But otherwise, it's just like an arena. The map is very large. It's usually like high not mountains, but like caverns, like, rock walls that are very sheer, so you can't go that's the end of the map. You don't see the end of the map. The end of the map is rock walls.
Gotcha.
And you there's 4 classes, they're your standard assault and support, medic, and
sniper,
catcher. So the catcher will throw down, I'm not sure how the classes even. I'm gonna forget which one has what, but there's harpoons that you shoot in the ground, and they will tether the enemy if it comes in range, so hold it in place so everyone can unleash hell on it. The medic has a ray that will, it's this healing ray that you can target one of your players with it. So the player that's fighting it, you don't have all 4 people swarm a monster. You have 2 people go in and 2 people do support, and that's exactly how you have to play it to win.
Is it a first person, third person? First person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the medic does that, then the support guy has a shield, so it's kind of the same thing where it has a ray that touches one person, but that person is indestructible in that moment. No damage can be dealt to him at all.
Okay.
Right, so
it's kind of like a tank.
Like a tank. So, and then there's the assault guy, which the assault guy has the most armor and the most powerful weapon, so he's always the one that just gets up in the butt of the monster.
So he's the one who gets the aggro.
Yeah, that's all he does.
And
there's nothing else he does. He just only chases and attacks.
Is the monster always AI?
No.
Okay.
You don't want it to be AI, it's just if the person drops out, it will become AI.
Okay. So there's only one monster.
No, there's 4 monsters.
There's 4 monsters.
So there's in one map at a time.
What's that?
In the map in one game
you
at a
choose
time.
of the 4.
Okay.
It's one of 4, exactly. And there are other ways, actually, where the game is dynamic, where there are some certain modes that if you win, if you lose the first match against the monster will have a little pet that comes out, and it's a smaller version of one of the other monsters and some shit like that. So
basically it's like a 1-on-4.
It's a 1-on-4.
Okay,
yep.
And so the monster's super powerful.
Super
right?
powerful. Yeah.
Okay.
And the monster there's a bunch of other little creatures out, little Jurassic Park dinosaur creatures that are all throughout the map, and they'll fuck with you a little bit, but it's not really that big a deal.
More an annoyance, probably.
It's more an annoyance, but the thing is, the monster goes after those, kills them and eats them. He eats them, it'll level him up, and when he starts leveling up, when he gets to level 3, he's able to destroy the mission objective for him. So it's usually a power core. If he destroys the power, normally it's just kill all the hunters at the end. But this one also, secondary, is destroy the power core. If you destroy the power core, then he wins. And if it's in the dynamic mode, if you destroy the power core, then the next map will be different. It'll be harder for the hunters.
So this is just kind of like a first-person, League of Legends sort of thing. It has that feel.
I guess if you get
some mechanics,
the quickness of Left 4 Dead and all that kind of stuff, and then because it does feel like Left 4 Dead in a lot of ways, and then you just throw a monster in there.
So I was going to ask, you kind of mentioned about it, since the game's called Evolve. You made a comment. I was going to ask you, you touched on. So the monster eats little mini fucking raptors or something, and then he evolves. Is that
he does. He gets slightly bigger, and I think he can get bonuses where it's 2 times damage, and there's a lot of things that change in the map. It's like I said, it's very dynamic.
Do the hunters level up?
No.
No.
The only thing is that the more you play, then you do unlock, additional weapons, additional characters, stronger. You have jump.
So Call of Duty sort of stuff.
Yeah, you have jetpacks, and you get stronger jetpacks or a faster recharge or. There's a million things. So the game is simple.
The RPG a little bit,
it's simple in design, or simple in gameplay, and extremely complicated in design. There's so much shit that's going on. So I'll say one more thing about it. The dynamic mode, I mentioned that in one of the cases, if the monster wins, then the next round, because it's supposed to be 5 rounds in the dynamic mode or whatever, the monster will have a little buddy that comes out and helps them, and then so that'll be harder for the hunters. Another way is if the monster wins, then the power core is destroyed, which means the facility's all fucked up, which means there's toxic gas in certain areas. So once the hunter goes in that, he slows down and is getting his health nicked off, while everything else for the monster is exactly the same.
Nice.
And then if it goes on again, something else changes, there are additional traps or whatever, more enemies, more whatever. They said that through all the different variations of what can happen, there's 800,000 combinations by the end.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
This is a lot of I mentioned these 2, but it's at random, and something will happen. If you lose, something bad will happen on the next map.
So it's not you interact with the map and then something happens as if you win
or lose.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And if you let the monster take too much time, that's when he gets the damage bonuses and stuff like that for just that map only, I think.
Gotcha.
And then that's pretty much it. But the good stuff is the map changing on the next level. And then the hunters have, the only one I saw is that if the hunters win, then the next time the power core is online, because before it wasn't online, and now you have stationary turrets to help you out. And so the monster is exactly the same, but you get a bonus. So anyways, Evolve, you guys look it up. I mean, it's rad.
Is this like a really well. Titanfall sort of thing, where there's no single player campaign?
No, it is single player, but it's kind of like Titanfall, where it's single player, and there is a story, sort of, but I don't know how much the story is because they didn't have a single player in this.
Right.
I think it still just uses those same maps, and you just do different things on the map. So they'll have it won't just be like kill a monster. There'll be certain quests in that map.
Gotcha.
And they'll design things in, but that's it.
A lot of Left 4 Dead single player. If you ever played Left 4 Dead without,
it's the same thing as the multiplayer.
I feel it's probably going to be like that
with a certain objective besides getting to the end. It's basically just destroy the monster. So that was a long spiel about Evolve, but it deserves it because that game is in the beta. It was butthole tight, water fucking tight, no issues at all, nothing to report. And I'm sure the game when it comes out is going to be the same. It was great. It was really good.
That's what I kind of feel like. Left 4 Dead was awesome. I think the first one was a lot more fun than the second one. The second one,
I agree.
It was made all the different types of zombies that could go on. It was made too difficult to win as a human, and there's issues there. Mm-hmm. But in generalities, the first one and the second one, they were both very fun. The issue was that it was the same 4 or 5 maps the whole time, and nothing was ever any different. There was no real campaign, no difference in multiplayer. It was always you start here, you move there.
Luckily, this one's dynamic. Otherwise, it should be pretty similar.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm slightly worried about, but it sounds fun. I want to play. I've seen somebody else stream it before, and it looked interesting. So it looks like something I want to try.
It's going to be the 3-month rule, though. Where Destiny does not have the 3-month rule, Skyrim and some other stuff does not have the 3-month rule. This one is going to have the 3-month rule.
That's what I'm only good for that. Afraid of. But it does look fun to me. It looks enjoyable.
It looks like you got to get on the ground floor and play shit out of it, and then just move on to something else once you're done.
Yeah, which this isn't the end of the world. Not all games are meant to be able to play for eternity, kind of thing. But they did
what they wanted with it, though. I think it's a lot of shit going on. There's a lot of weapons, a ton of shit.
It's cool to hear about. I saw somebody stream it. I feel like it was months ago. So it might have been a publisher or somebody actually working on it or something.
They have developers in the beta too. They were playing.
So it looked interesting, but I didn't know the information. I only watched it for a half hour. So hearing about it sounds interesting. I want to try it now.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. I like it. So anyways, that's enough for me, and let's pass it on to somebody else. I don't know who I pick.
Me in the last week here. Crow. I have. Since last Thursday, total played probably somewhere between 28 and 35 hours of Paper Magic.
That's a beautiful thing.
Oh, I loved it. It has been amazing.
Ryke, same for you?
Oh yeah, totally. Actually double that, I think.
I made it out to 3 of the pre-release tournaments. Did quite well in 2 of them.
That's what I love the most. That he's I don't give a shit. I'm just going to go all weekend to play Magic.
3. Let's emphasize 3 pre-releases within 2 days, 3 days.
Yeah, I did the midnight launch, so that was great from midnight to 6 a.m. Then I got home about 6:30 and slept for about an hour before my wife and son woke up. So when they wake up, my son, dad, wake up kind of situation. So slept for about an hour. And then I had another tournament to go to at noon, so I slept for another 20 minutes before that, and that was about it. So my midnight launch one, I went 3-1 with Jeskai Flyers. It was great.
I was going to say, you can continue on, but we're all going to mention it. But
okay, well, we'll talk about it later then. I'll skip past it for now and talk about it some more later. So then I went to the noon one from there, and I was real tired, so I didn't have a great one. But anyways, it was daytime by the time I was finished, from 12 to 6, so... or 5, whatever it was. So I could have gone home, but I know myself, and I don't like sleeping anyways. And it was daytime. There's no way I was going to fall asleep. So I called my other buddy, went over to his house, and played Magic for 4 more hours, which was awesome.
I know.
Then I went home, finally passed out for a few hours. Then the next day, went to the Sunday release, which was awesome.
Nice.
And then I also played last night for another 4 hours with my cousin.
Jeez.
Just nonstop.
How's your cousin picking up on it? Is he doing better?
He's doing better. The thing that's eluding him currently is the strategery of it all.
Strategery.
That's the next thing. I mean, we need to play test more, and he needs to play more, and it's just about, he hasn't picked it up as fast as not to boast myself or whatever, but I picked it up pretty quickly, having background experience of Pokemon TCG.
No, you did pick it up quick. You did.
And, I'm pretty proud of where I am at the moment. I continue to try to advance my game. He's taking a little longer because he doesn't have any background in strategic card gameplay, but he's getting there. He's getting there. You know, we're about to spend tomorrow getting Fate Reforged boxes ourselves. We're gonna brew him up. I'm gonna teach him because he's not quite advanced enough that he felt that he wanted to go to a pre-release this time. He wasn't sure how to build a sealed deck and this and that. So tomorrow we're gonna pick up our Fate Reforged boxes, and I'm gonna have us each buy another cons pack too, and we're gonna do our own me versus him sealed draft. So I can teach him how to draft.
Do the 5 Fate and then the 1 con.
Exactly, that's what we're gonna do because we'll have a seeded pack, so we'll do 5 Fates rather than 4 Fates and 1 con.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna teach him how to do that, go about it, and yeah. So he's moving along. He is moving along. It's just about now mostly getting the strategic maneuvers about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a great time to learn too as pre-releases though, because it is a lot easier to build a deck because you already get pushed in the direction with the pre-release pack, but then you get almost the help. Like a lot of people, I mean, pre-releases are pretty helpful for new people too. But
yes and no in the sense that you do have a time limit. You're building a deck.
Oh yeah,
you can't really ask
you're going to be pressed a little bit for time.
Yeah, I mean, I remember my first one. I was like, you guys were all done building your decks and you put your lands asleep, and I was like trying to like ask for quick little tips, but you're going over your own deck. But there isn't really time to really bounce ideas off of somebody else in that moment. Well, no, but
that's cool.
Yeah, don't you smile at me, Knife. I know my first one wasn't all that great, but my 3 releases this time was fantastic.
You're doing good.
Yeah. I mean, I think everyone's like first pre-release is like all of a sudden they're like, okay, and start building your decks, and you're like,
they put the time up there. You're like, shit.
Yeah, that was my first limited anything at that point. So,
so to say the least, you had a magic-filled weekend.
Oh, magic-filled weekend. Yeah, it's been fantastic.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Awesome.
That's what I've been doing. How about you, Ryke?
Oh shit, I haven't been doing much.
How many bullseyes have you hit?
Yeah.
Working hard like a dog every day. No,
For the man.
Yeah, for the man's keeping me down, put me to work. No,
Is this gonna be like a horrible bosses thing where we have to kill each other's bosses?
Yeah. I think I may have to kill everybody.
You guys can kill my boss anytime.
No, it was
Kelly?
Oh, shit. Don't kill her. She's a breadwinner right now.
Yeah. No, the weekend was good. I did go to one of the pre-releases. We'll talk about that later. Which was the one on Sunday. But this whole weekend's my weekends haven't been crazy. I've been playing a lot of, this game called Don't Starve Together.
That's the one after Don't Starve?
There's Don't Starve, and then they released this, I don't know the name of the
expansion.
You can consider it an expansion. I don't know if you have to buy it. It's in beta right now, but they took a single player game, the Don't Starve game, which is it's a 2-dimensional, top-down-ish isometric view kind of game, where it's like really, like, I don't know what, like a
survival?
Cartoon noir. Yeah, it's a survival game. And you pretty much you're this guy, drop you into this world. There's shit all around you, like twigs and trees and like bushes. You need to gather up all this shit, and you can construct different things, like from a torch to like a campfire to like cooking pots to survive. And you have to go catch animals and kill it. But anyways,
dildos, lube.
The whole point of the game is just like there is like kind of a story mode in the game, but I never played it. But the whole point is just kind of survive as long as you can. Like winter comes, and there's all these different like big old crazy creatures, and you have sanity.
Winter's coming.
Where if you get your sanity's too low, all these like shadow creatures come and kill you. But
that's kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's really kind of like a dark game, quote.
Like you never win. The game where you never
You just
win.
always eventually die.
But anyways, they have a multiplayer version of it now, which is in beta or alpha or whatever. It's called Don't Starve Together. And my brother-in-law and his wife got me playing it again. Like, I bought this Don't Starve game a long, long time ago, and then they recently got into it when the beta thing came out. And so they've been over like every day that past weekend. They just wanted to play. And so we just sat upstairs in the dungeon and just fucking played this game for like hours on end.
This is a PC game?
Yeah, it's a PC game.
You guys like brought all over your desktops and like you're making do code red.
Yeah, exactly. They have
set up the plastic
They
tables.
have gaming laptops.
Oh.
They both have their own gaming laptop.
Woo,
and so they brought over and she like, Celinda, my sister-in-law, or his wife, are like sitting on the floor on her laptop, and he's at the desk, and I'm at my computer station, and we're just like fucking nerding it out together, and like their cousin or whatever like gets online and like, oh, you guys play it too.
Sounds like that too.
Yeah, no, that's what it sounds like.
So yeah, have Buddy come over and do StarCraft.
Oh, right.
Bring his computer over. This is back when it was like a full-on freaking desktop one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you would do that all the time.
Yeah.
When I-
oh, God.
Heavy-ass
When I
monitors.
first
Command
really
and
started
Conquer
hanging
and-
out with a Quickness and Hot Sauce and the whole gang, one of the first times I actually they came and picked me up and we hung out. They were having a LAN party and they wanted me to buy them alcohol, and I had like a fake ID at the time. And I was
That's the only reason you're invited, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
About that.
You just turn your internet off on your computer.
And then I was like, oh yeah, I'll buy you guys beer. Can we stop and pick up a sack also? I was using them too.
It's like when I give my son the dead controller, like, oh yeah, buddy, you're playing too.
Oh, yeah. You're doing well. Yeah, it's funny. Oh god, LAN parties. Yeah, I remember fucking lugging those goddamn CRT monitors.
Exactly.
The
19-inch CRT.
yeah, those were heavy as shit. And then the towers are not like the mini factor towers they have now. And it's just like,
Nerds' arms are not strong.
like high school nerds, not built to be carrying around 200-pound equipment everywhere. But yeah, I was
the shit.
doing that all weekend. This whole week, I did make it to the range just real quick on Monday. I totally forgot that Monday was a holiday. Or, I mean, I knew it was a holiday, but I forgot everyone else got that fucking day off. And so I was like, oh, I'm just going to get away from it for an hour because my wife was already kind of mad that I was going to go. And so I was like, I'll just be real quick, just an hour. And of course the place was packed, so it took me forever to get in and get a lane and just do my shit for an hour and then leave. But, yeah, I've been obsessed with, trying to find my next purchase, which is going to be a handgun, which I don't know what I'm going to get yet.
I told you, the 226.
Yeah, I'm looking at that, and then there's another one that I'm really want now, and I've been looking it up and researching it.
That's that Czech one?
Yeah, the, Česká, Brožovak.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Something they say on Archer.
The Brožovak. But anyways.
So at the range you go to, do they have guns you can rent for the time kind of thing to try things out?
You can rent them, but, yeah, you can't just walk in by yourself and be like, oh, I want to rent a gun. You have to bring somebody else with you or your own equipment. So I think it's a lawsuit thing because sometimes people go in and rent a gun and then off themselves.
Oh, okay.
So,
Hey, dude, that's
I
a
was
good.
like, what is he talking about?
I mean, if I was to kill myself, I wouldn't be that smart to think I'll go to the gun range and then just kill
Borrow
myself.
a gun.
yeah, I don't own a gun, so.
Put it on this credit card.
Yeah, fiscally responsible.
Yeah,
So.
that's.
What do you care about when you're going to die?
Yeah, so, gun range as well.
This is good advice, guys.
Yeah, right. So if you ever need to,
Yeah, maybe
bring a friend.
Your local.
Bring a friend.
So you have to, right?
Yeah, you have
Have
to.
a mini Colt pack.
Just don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, use the gun. What do you need Kool-Aid for?
Kool-Aid is so last, Heaven's Gate.
Yeah, we got it.
But anyways, yeah, so I want to go check out some other stuff, but I'm pretty set on what I want to get. It's just convincing the wife I can spend $1,000 on this
Yeah, that's
completely
easy.
useless
That's
thing.
super easy.
Oh, of course.
Oh, you're in your 20s, $1,000, just go to a gun? That's fine. We don't need this. That's fine.
Yeah, this money we could have done something else with. Nah, just buy a hunk of metal that shoots metal.
That you already have.
Yeah. She's like, can't you just buy magic cards?
So yeah, I've been.
You know you're not going to tell her. You're just going to do it one day.
Yeah, I was thinking
babe, I love you.
I was thinking I just need to just do it and then be like, by the way,
In a tube sock in the fucking drawer, roll the wad of cash.
She looks, what is this? I swear it's not mine. I'm holding it for a friend.
It's not drugs, it's guns.
oh man, but yeah, I've just been obsessing over that. So I'll probably next couple weeks I'll have enough saved up just to go and just pull the trigger on it.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
I know,
man,
right?
this guy's good.
I know. I'll be here all week. Thank you. Unfortunately.
Damn, my arms are tired.
Oh God, those peanuts are cold. Let's do it.
What? Airline peanuts are warm. That's all I got from it.
Yeah.
You never had airline peanuts in first class? They heat your nuts up?
First class?
First class?
You fancy bitch.
I've never been in first class. I
Yeah,
didn't know
so
that
what are you
it is.
talking about?
Because it's a thing that people do. I don't know.
I've never heard of
You know how they're
warming-
warm? They tuck them under their fucking sack before they hand them to you
Yeah.
for a couple minutes. It's fun.
I've been on
It's a
one.
clean man. He's a very clean sack.
I've been on one
Very
airplane,
tidy taint.
and it was not. There wasn't first class, second class. It was just yep, just shove all you fuckers
Plane.
in here. Yeah,
This is a plane.
in seats.
But yeah, it's been me. What's up with you?
Speaking about
Yeah, it's good.
speaking of seats, I got nothing.
God damn it. You gotta quit that shitty segue.
I know.
Save it for the good ones. Come on.
So what the fuck have I been doing? I finally got Moto to start working again. I ended up
For the beta.
for the beta. Last episode I was talking about how I couldn't fucking get it to uninstall and then reinstall or play or fucking anything. So I ended up just using this program called Revo Uninstaller, and it just completely guts the registry of whatever you're trying to uninstall. And so that ended up working, and my computer still works. So that's good because I'm not that knowledgeable to manually go into the registry. So I just, use this program that I trusted with my whole computer.
I trust you not to delete all these good registry files that I need.
Were you able to make it delete all the child pornography that was on there?
No, that's staying.
Here's a backup anyway.
Well, the plans are active now, though.
Yeah, of course. Well, not after I, system restore that solved that problem.
Okay, here's a question. I thought about this on my own.
I don't know.
I thought about this on my own.
It's camping.
It's gonna be worse.
Under last week's question from Hot Sauce.
If you're 17 years old,
Right.
and your girlfriend is 17 years old,
Right.
and you say you've never had sex with them, right?
Okay.
But you do have a naked picture of them on your computer.
Mm-hmm.
Is that considered child pornography?
Yes.
Yes. If you share it.
Not share it, just if you have it, and say somehow the federales find out that you have a picture of a 17-year-old, and it's like, oh, that's my girlfriend,
Yeah, but you're 7. I don't know.
It's still considered child pornography, but I don't think they'll charge you as an adult for child pornography.
No,
but you're allowed to see her naked.
Oh, yeah.
Only you, though, because you're if someone over 18.
So if I get it a 12-year-old, I can see them naked, but I can't share it or post it.
No, I'm saying
it's not going well for you, Hot Sauce.
If you're 17 and she's 17, you're allowed to look at the picture, but if your dad walks in and is like, hey, let me see that, then you call the cops on that motherfucker.
Well, of course you do. But is it, if you take it to court, is it because he's 17, does that matter? Does the age matter of the person looking at that?
You really need to get a job again, because I don't know what you're thinking about during the day.
I can see this escalating. As the weeks roll on, I can see this getting worse and worse.
What have you been searching online there, bud?
No, that's it.
We left you a docking on your computer.
I'm not 17, so it's fine.
It's not fine, it's not 17.
I'll get in trouble no matter what. No, I don't have any of that shit. But.
So anyways,
good luck after that.
God, why did my fucking segments get all hijacked? Anyways, so I was able to reinstall the beta and do some more testing, which I don't really have too much else to talk about. So I was able to brew a couple decks, which I'll talk about later. But it was good to get back on there. I got owned by this guy who had a Sage of Hours.
You sure it was a guy?
Who knows? Infinite turn combo to where he got Hardened Scales out, Sage of Hours, and the White Citadel, or
Which one, Sage of Hours?
Where if you have 6 or more counters on it, you can remove them and take an extra turn. So there's a new enchantment out, part of the cycle, I think it's the white one, where it gives you 2 +1/+1 counters. So with Hardened Scales and Sage of Hours has Heroic, he was just taking extra turns left and right. And then he had 2 of the enchantments out. So he just typed in the chat, yeah, that's infinite right there. Because it would just keep on putting 2 counters, and it was crazy.
Wow. Okay.
So I wasn't even mad. I was like, well done.
Yeah.
Like the deck
Bravo.
I don't even remember what deck I was playing, but it didn't have a lot of removal in it, so he just had free range to go about his business. But as for non-magic stuff, mine and my girlfriend's anniversary is coming up on, well, when you're listening to this, Monday.
It
will.
You're taking her to Tijuana?
Yeah, of course. But
nice little vacation in Tijuana.
So you can finally look at the picture on the computer.
Yeah, because she'll finally be 17. No,
18. Allegedly.
So, fuck. I went. She's getting me a laptop for our anniversary, and that's
child porn free.
I never trust the guys at Best Buy. Those guys at Best Buy preload it with all this weird software, and
that's what I keep telling her when she finds it on my PC. This Best Buy guy.
Geek Squad again.
Yeah, they got me again.
Tricky bastard.
Damn you.
Sorry. So I went. She's getting me a laptop.
All right. We've covered all kinds of different Jews and blah, 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 and all these bad things to talk about, and AIDS and all this stuff. Child porn's the next one. I'm just following suit.
We're just trying to stay edgy is all.
Yeah. Try to stay relevant, you know?
Trying to stay relevant.
Try to reinvent ourselves.
I hate you guys so much.
So since a laptop is kind of expensive, I felt like I had to get her like something that's more than, $100, But the thing I love about her is she doesn't want like a purse or a necklace. She wants like cool shit, you know what I mean? So I was telling some of my coworkers, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get my girlfriend a hookah for an anniversary. Some of the girls were like, a hookah? What? For an anniversary?
She wouldn't want that.
Are you crazy? Blah,
Get her
blah, blah.
flowers.
Yeah, and I was like, no, my girlfriend's awesome. You suck. Get away from me.
Yeah.
So today I went down to Pacific Beach and just walked up and down the main strip right there, looking through all the hookah shops, and finally found one. Got the case and all the goodies for like $160, and we, like I've said in previous episodes, we can't not give each other presents early, so I just had it sitting there like on the table in the front door when she walked in, and she liked it, and she's actually said that years ago before we got together, she was looking at one that was almost exactly like that. So I was like, perfect.
Sweet.
I'm a genius. And yeah, and then we're going to Universal Studios tomorrow. I've never been to Universal Studios, but I hear it's awesome.
It's like I'm pretty sure it's like one of those go once in a while. Like Disneyland, you can go 5 times a year,
Right.
but Universal Studios
No, not
is like
anymore.
once every 5.
Not with the measles.
Not with the
Not the measles.
You won't be going anywhere with those.
But yeah, I agree.
So yeah, to that point, you guys are always vaping. I didn't even think of it. I have a hookah at home. I could bring it over for casting or
I do have a
whatever.
hookah here actually.
Oh, do you?
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, same thing then.
I'll just steal hers and bring it up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
each have a
bring the
hookah
new
and a
one.
vape. Yeah, like back and forth.
The whole cast.
Yeah, we'll be dead by the end of the game.
This is let's go kill.
But that's pretty much it for me. Nothing too exciting has gone on. Actually got to hang out with Peppermint Swirl. He actually is getting back into Magic. Pretty excited about that.
Hallelujah.
But
Speaking of Swirl, pre-release.
speaking of
The segue, right? That's, I don't know, whatever.
Beautiful segue. I
Following
agree.
your lead, man.
So I was not able to make it to the pre-release, but you guys did. So please explain all the greatness that occurred.
It was Sunday. Wait. I was gonna do a sausage style.
You already shouted it.
I know.
It was Sunday.
There you go.
Sunday.
Dark and stormy 2 p.m. Yeah, so, what, noon pre-release?
Which-
Yeah, we went to the new one.
Which store did you guys go to?
San Diego Games and Comics
You know what?
on Mira Mesa Boulevard.
I really want to go to another pre-release at Fred's. It's just Crazy Fred's. It's just it fills up so fucking quick. Like 2 weeks in advance, it's already like full. Like motherfucker.
Well, actually, this one I went to the Saturday noon one at Crazy Fred's.
Oh, yeah?
And I called 2 days beforehand. No
Why don't you just call right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sign up
Hey,
for next year.
Can I get in for the Dragons of Tarkir?
Yeah. And M16.
Yeah.
Yeah, while you're at it. Just put your name in.
Let's do it.
Yeah, but yeah, we did go on Sunday at noon for the noon pre-release. It was Sauce, Samhain Crow, and myself, Ryke. We did not carpool down there.
Hey, we were planning to,
We were
and I
planning.
fucked it all up.
And then Sauce is like, yeah, fuck you guys.
Weren't you guys gonna go to Cafe Fusion?
Yeah, that fell through too.
Yeah, it's closed on Sundays.
Yeah, who closes on
I always
Sunday?
forget.
They all thought it was Mondays, but it's really Sundays, so we never
I
actually
thought-
go to this
Yeah, usually,
Forsaken Fusion.
All the Asian places are open. Yeah, do not do that. All the Asian places are open, are usually, yeah, I know, right? A little inside joke, sorry for the listener, and moving on.
I'm just gonna edit this shit out.
Anyways, so yeah, the Asian place that we like to go to, they're fucking closed on Sundays, and usually, it's usually Mondays, and yeah, they want to just play by
You
different
guys
rules.
talk about it so fucking much, I just want to go with this place.
It's really good.
Did you have some of it?
No.
You never had a piece of the chicken or anything?
No. You guys haven't had it since I've known you.
They have really good banh mi.
Yeah, the banh mi. The banh mi.
That's the only thing I'll get there from
Double
now
meat,
on.
baby.
Oh yeah,
Double meat.
Definitely, they'll always double meat.
Always.
If I always have a choice between 1 meat and 2 meat, I'll always take 2 meat.
Give it a DP.
If one is good, two's got to be better.
Hey, first meat. You have a friend?
But yeah, okay. So we went to the pre-release. What'd you guys pick for your pre-release packs? I know I went with
Go on.
I like how you asked the question and he immediately answered it.
No chance of standing on the
This is Ryke time.
Take it away.
Welcome to the new cast.
Ryke's on fire tonight.
This is if Ryke could kill.
I'm actually crying right now. I'm actually crying.
But anyways, yeah, I picked Teamer. What'd you get, Sauce?
I went Jeskai. So Jeskai was funny because when we get there and they call out everyone to get up to go get their Jeskai packs, it was like me and like 3 other guys.
Really?
Because that's all they had. It's because everyone was going, Jeskai was the main pick of this thing. So everyone was going for Jeskai, and every time someone would go up and like try to like, even like people that try to call ahead, they're just like, no, sorry. I'm like, that.
So they only had 3 left.
They had 4, yeah, I got it. I was in,
nice.
so, but I called ahead, but like, yeah, there's fucking 4 packs, and we had 40 players.
Wow.
So that was like 50.
What, 50 players?
I think it was about
50 players. So I was like, so I go up and get it, and I sit back down, and I'm like,
after I'd already been gone like 7 times.
Right. But I was like, are you serious? Like, is this really happening? Is this real life? Why are there no Jeskai players? So anyways, I went that, and then,
I went, Samhain Crow here, I went Mardu. And, I went 3 different ones, I went 3 different tournaments. So this Sunday one with you guys, I was Mardu.
and then you went Jeskai and Sultai, right?
Jeskai for the midnight release, and then Sultai at the Crazy Freds. But that's because, like, man, at Crazy Freds, you can call and sign up for being on the list to play. But I'm like, he's about to hang up, I'm like, so can I reserve my clan? He goes, no, it's first come, first serve. And I'm like, that sucks, but whatever. So I get there a half an hour early thinking, okay, I had so much fun and success with the Jeskai Flyers in the midnight launch. I went 3-1. Had a lot of fun with it. I was like, well, I was going to go like Sultai and something different, but you know what? I want to do Jeskai again because I knew I was doing Mardu on Sunday.
Right.
So I walk in, and there's no Jeskai left. I'm like, well, that's a bummer. And he had Abzan sitting there and Teamer. I'm like, personally, I'm not a fan of Teamer, and I didn't want to go Abzan, so I was like, you know what? I'll just see what I can do with Sultai. But after 5 minutes, I go sit down, and then some of his regulars walk in. He opens up a new box of Jeskai for them. I'm like, well, I get you want to take care of your regulars, but that's still pretty fucked up. That I called ahead of time. There's people like waiting in line who are now getting the chance to get the Jeskai one who didn't actually call in because now that box is available because you open up a new box for your regulars.
So if
like
Crazy Fred's listening, send us a comment with your argument. We will take it in consideration. Otherwise, that's 1 strike for you, sir.
Send us a box of Jeskai and we'll edit this out.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
I like the shop overall, but there's people who I was playing with there that, there's different complaints about the place. Apparently he's making some changes and trying to get better about those complaints, but that's my personal one.
He did. Okay, when we went to the pre-release, there's one guy that said that he changes prices to TCG player mid, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Before, they were like, whatever he wanted plus $2 or whatever the shit. He would just like charge like pretty.
Yeah, it was pretty high for singles there.
Yeah.
I would never buy singles.
He would look it up and then
add
add 25% to it.
So
or whatever.
TCG player mid, that's
totally fair.
Yeah,
for most cards, that's cool.
When I go to trade with anybody, that's what I go off as TCG player mid personally.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's like 90% people do. Yeah, that's the
so
standard.
I think that's fair. You gotta
Gold
make money. I get it. That's totally fine. But making money by like charging like $3 for a fucking bow and Ilea, I'm like, don't do that. Don't do that. So
that was my complaint with the Freds. But overall, man, I had a fun experience there. But when I started talking about earlier in my intro and then realized, okay, we're going to talk about this afterwards, was I went 3-1 my Jeskai Flyers at the midnight release. Had a lot of fun. It was great. I ran 17 lands, 23 playables, and I had, I believe, 13 creatures, 11 of which were Flyers. And then, 10 of which were Flyers. One of them was my promo, is the Sage, what's his name? He's a 4/5, who when he attacks, he can bounce anything that has a power same or less. And then I had the Goblin Heel Cutter, who attacks with dash if you want to, and target creature can't block, which is just amazing.
We will talk about him later.
I cannot believe that card's a common. That should be at least an uncommon at the least. That card's great. And my other one was a guy who spits out the 1/1 flyer. So I just flew over everybody and just kicked everybody's ass. The only match I lost was game 1, and that guy drew every single possible black removal. He probably had 10 plus removal in his deck. Every time I put anything out, instantly gone. It's just like, oh man. And then he just overrun me with a couple little piddly nothings, and that was one match I lost. And then I went 3-0 after that.
That's a pretty good showing.
But then after that, like I said, I got home at 6, slept for an hour, all that jazz. Went to Fred's, and the sultai draft, I didn't get good cards in it. Wasn't quite working correctly how I wanted to do. I just didn't have the right strategy for it. And then I ended up going 2-3 there with that deck. I feel like I could have gone 3-2 with luck, maybe 4-1 at most, but I think really 3-2 if I hadn't made several tired mistakes of just being just a dumb, bad play because I was exhausted at that point. And, so 2-3, whatever, not in the money with it, got the Ugin pack and all that jazz. But, I was pretty proud of the Sunday showing because we're all there. All three of us went to the Sunday at San Games and Comics, and
we all had our shirts.
Sorry, that's what I was gonna say right now.
That was pretty funny. Like,
that was nice.
We didn't plan it. We were all wearing our Plans to Kill T-shirts.
And then we sit
Jason's
down.
mama got us.
Yeah, we sit down next to each other, and then one guy would be like, "Huh, what does that shirt mean?" And then in the mid sentence, he'd be like, "Wait a minute, all you guys have this shirt." Like,
yeah, right.
Why don't all you guys have the same shirt?
We're all wearing the same shirt.
So I thought it was pretty freaking sweet that we kept getting questions from people about what that shirt is. And as we're telling about our podcast, we're all on like the winning areas of the tables. Because
that's cool.
The top table's table 1, and like bottom table, table 50. So you're towards the 50s, you're offers. But the entire time, all three of us were towards like the winning table.
I remember, like on one of them, I was table 1, and then like you guys were like player or table 2.
I was table 3 or whatever,
and it was like 5. Something like that. It was cool.
Yeah, we were up there for a little while.
So then, I ended that tournament with Mardu at 4-1. And like, I know it's an excuse, blah, 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 but my only loss came to a guy who also went 4-1, but the game 1, I got like 8-9 mana on the field and only 4 or 5 playables the entire time. It just didn't work out. Nothing happened. The next game, I got 3 total mana with frickin' not enough mana to do anything. So it's just like, I know it's an excuse, but I got mana fucked. And that was my only fucking match loss. So the other ones I just dominated, and it was just amazing.
Yeah, you had a pretty bonkers deck.
That deck on Sunday was like the fucking mythic rares, the good rares, like fast.
Yeah, I mean, I had Brutal Horde Chief as my promo.
I know, dude. Foil with the date, like that's worth pretty money later, dude. I have to say. My cons rare was a Crackling Doom. Thank you very much.
Nice.
One of my favorite cards of all fucking time, personally.
And perfect for your deck. You're just like,
exactly like this.
Fit right in.
And Shaman of the Great Hunt, which is got the 4/2 with the haste, the teamer colors, but I didn't really care about the whole 4 power card draw. That's not what my deck was about. But when he has a 4/2 with haste, that when any of your creatures does damage, they get counter on it. That guy is a freaking beast. Holy crap, he does work.
Mm-hmm.
And so my deck just kicked ass. I had the deck with me so we can play our pre-release decks against each other.
Afterwards,
we didn't actually play each other during the tournament. Which is kind of odd because it was the smallest group we've had. And we normally play each other just, randomly and all the other pre-releases and all that other stuff. And this is the smallest group we didn't play each other. It's weird.
Every tournament ever, I play Ryke.
Yeah. We always go.
Every single one.
Every tournament ever, I beat Knife.
I think the last tournament when I went like 1-4 or 1-3 or whatever, the only win I had was against Knifecity. And that's saying something.
I felt so bad for him.
I know, right? Over the way. I think it was the first
you're like, I have this -4/-4 spell, but I was not. Throttle.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I picked the Teamer pre-release, of course, and of course I didn't play Teamer because they were all awful. They all were just. I had like my pre-release pack. Like, okay, yeah, it's fine. It's Teamer pre-release. I think my promo was just like that sorcery card where it's like. You get a number of how many cards you have for how many attacking creatures.
Shamanic Revelations.
Yeah, is it Shamanic Revelations?
Is that the one that draws cards?
Yeah, it's a draw card and you gain life.
And then the Ferocious is you draw life.
Yeah.
You draw life. Yeah, you draw.
Draw life.
Yeah, you gotta pick up many, many lives off your deck.
All the life.
You fill in those hearts.
Yeah, have a heart.
But yeah, so I ended up picking Teamer. Did not play Teamer because my pool was not Teamer oriented. I didn't pull any kind of Teamer bombs. I didn't pull any kind of support cards in blue or anything that was decent at least. But I did get, out of my cons pack, I pulled a, Butcher the Horde. And so I was like, alright, well, this is my one bomby card that I really have that I pulled because everything else I just kind of was all just rare jank. And so I just built a, Mardu deck, which actually turned out pretty good because I had a nice, package of, the heel cutters.
Yeah.
I had 2 of the...
Those are the ones where the target creature can't block?
We'll just talk about it right now, basically. It's a 3/2 for 4.
3/2 for 4.
3 in a red, but the dash is 2 in a red.
Okay.
So you drop it down for dash for 3, attack in for 3. When you attack, target creature cannot block this turn. That means you get in with 3, goes back to your hand, repeat.
Yeah, so this
was the ultimate card of the entire event.
Nice.
So yeah, I had that, and then I had the Goblin Surfer. What the fuck is his name? The other dash guy.
Scout.
Yeah, he's a 2 mana 3/1, and he dashed for 2. And I would play him, I would dash him in, get in 3 before because most people weren't playing 1 or 2 drops.
Right.
So I would get in for 3 with that guy. Next turn I would have my, heel cutter, dash in with that guy, make it so you can't block, get another 3, or, if I played the 2 drop just as a creature, I get in for 6. That's on turn 3, which is awesome. And they're already pretty much on the back foot by that point. And then, I would finish up with my brutal horde, or not brutal horde chief, the butcher of the horde.
Nice.
I had like some support guys. I had like the all-star card literally in my deck was the typhoid rat. Like all the games I played him, like he just stonewalled all the guys on the ground, all the creatures, because they didn't want to attack in and just lose it because I just hold them back the whole time.
Yep.
And I would just get in with my little guys, or I have a flyer. The card I really liked was the white card. I think it was a 4 mana. I think it's 1 white and 3 colorless. When it dies, I think it's like a 2/4, and when it dies, you get to bolster 2, which is awesome because I was able to.
2/2. It's a
2/2. Yeah, and when it dies, you get to bolster 2, which would make my typhoid rat even bigger, which is kind of funny. But so I was able swinging with it. But I ended up going overall 3-2, so I did win money. I did get 2 packs.
Yep.
Which were both open to be nothing, absolutely nothing.
Exactly.
Which was like I don't think I've ever been to a pre-release or any kind of thing like at a brick and mortar store where I have actually opened any good cards.
So that
like money cards.
Kind of how it goes.
I got 5 cards for going 4, or 5 packs for going 4/1, and I drew a Monastery Mentor.
Yeah, and you got a fetch land too, didn't you?
In my
pre-release
box.
Yeah. Still sweet though.
Yeah. So I mean,
some dude down the way got like a foil fetch land and didn't even know what it was. He's like, I got one of those cool lands you were talking about to so-and-so. I'm like, oh my god, it's a foil fetch land.
Yeah.
So I got a foil,
$60.
What's the black-green fetch land?
Black-blue, you mean?
Or black-blue?
Black-blue is the only one.
Is it black-blue?
The Delta?
The Delta, yeah. He can pull some other guys pull a foil Delta. It's like, $60 right there or whatever. So I'm like, oh, that's nice. Like, I wish I could pull anything. I would just like to pull something I could play with and actually, like, win with, other than the Butcher. But, the Butcher was great. I had some other, Mardu cards that helped out. I mean, mine was really centric about kind of the low mana curve. I think the Butcher was the highest converted mana cost card I had. I had one 5-drop, which was it was the sorcery. I think it's a sorcery speed one where you manifest off the top and then you attach it to that card and it gets like double strike or something like that.
Yeah.
So I was playing around with that, just trying to something new because I wanted to play Majesty. Yeah, I want to play some Majesty, some Manifest. But I'm just glad I went 3-2. It really came down to the wire. Like the last game I ended up playing that I won my third win on was just like we were both misplaying. I was missing my triggers. I was trying out that enchantment, the Mardu enchantment or the red enchantment where you can choose. I think it's cons or dragons, and the dragons one was the
Zero Chandra.
The other one's the creature dies. One damage is dealt.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then there's one that the one I played was the one where at the beginning of if your upkeep. The opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life.
Oh, okay.
And
Is that the black one?
That's a black one.
It's the black one, yeah. And I missed like a trigger or 2 on that. And
that sucks.
So that could have changed the game completely, but luckily I eked out a win on both those games, even though I missed some triggers.
So those are the siege cards? Yeah, siege cards. And those are the pre-release bombs besides those dash creatures.
Yeah.
Where, I don't know if you wrapped up on yours?
Yeah, I'm just glad I pulled out that last win and got the money, which we did pretty good. But, I would love to have played Teamer, but it just wasn't in the cards.
What happened?
Real quick before you go off, I was saying to you earlier, we both had that idea for the waste not deck situations. Mm-hmm. Try the blue siege.
Which one's that?
Whatever. The blue siege is
the top one is, the cons is on your upkeep, draw an extra card and discard a card. The other one is your opponent has to pay 2 more for any spell that targets you or a creature.
That's right.
But if you choose the extra card, you just draw in to what you want.
Nice. I think that's going to be actually
real
playable.
Good that way it's not deck.
I think it's going to be playable in like tier 2 decks. That card, actually. Because it's so cheap. But, so anyways, I went, 3-2 also, just Kai Flyers. No big deal. I felt like I could have gone 5-0. I felt like it because of I had one match where I could have won where I just didn't draw my second red mana. Where he was down to 7. I had 7 burn in my hand, and I had enough mana, but I didn't have the second red to cast the second spell, and so I just had to sit there and wait because I didn't want to cast one and then. I was trying to hold it back for his blockers or whatever. There's some situation, I can't explain it, but some situation where I couldn't cast him unless I cast both. So anyways, I had that and I lost this guy, and then the next one I made a misplay, and I will talk about the misplay. Misplay was he went and dropped the 5/5 elephant dude, 7 mana, double Mastodon. Green, I believe, Mastodon dude. Right. When he comes in, he's a 5/5 with reach, and then when he enters the battlefield, bolster 5.
Right.
So when he had the trigger of bolster, he chose the smallest creature, obviously, because he has to. And I'm like, all right, well, that is on the stack. I'm going to kill that creature.
It was a TIE fighter rat.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
It was a TIE fighter rat.
So I go kill that, and then the guy's like, okay. And then there's a guy watching us. He actually would have been okay with it, but because we both didn't know. And the guy was this guy Alex we met when we were playing. By the way, shout out to Alex, very cool guy. He was like, hey, hold on a second, and he called Judge over, and he's like, all right, when the trigger's on the stack for this guy, if he kills that, does the trigger still resolve on that guy? And the judge is like, no, the trigger,
for bolster, the trigger for bolster,
when that trigger happens, it finds the creature. It doesn't find the creature and then it's on the stack. It's on the stack and then it finds the creature when
so
it
just
resolves.
Went to the Mastodon.
So no, it didn't go to the Mastodon. It went to a 4/4 flyer dragon.
So the green dragon.
I was already rough, but I could have had more turns or whatever. And I did that, and then he had a 9/9 dragon, and he's like, do you want to take, because I did the 1 mana, 3 damage target creature player, sack a creature, that spell, that new, collateral damage. And he's like, well, we didn't know, so do you want to put it back in your hand? I'm like, no. I mean, I made the mistake. I should know. I already looked up bolster, I just didn't realize that. So I'm like, no, it's my bad, so then I lost from obvious. I just picked up my cards. I'm like, alright, it's fine. 9/9 flyer, that's great. So, I did that, and then, so that was that other match that I lost. So I lost 2 matches. So besides the bolster, besides that bolster mistake, the thing that won me most games was the white siege. 2 and double white. The first, it's a Cons and Dragons, pick one. The first one is at the beginning of combat. I'm good. We're good.
No.
We're good. We're super good.
I was just looking at
Citadel Siege.
Citadel Siege. At the beginning of combat, place 2 1/1 counters on target creature you control. So you bring it out in your first main phase and it works right away. Go to combat, 2 1/1 counters, major beatdown. The second thing is going to be, on your opponent's turn, when they begin combat, tap one of their creatures. Which is
not nearly as good.
Yeah, it's not nearly as, well, it just depends what the situation is, of course. Because if they have that bomb that's really bothering you and you can get around him, then you choose that. But otherwise, if it's if you drop him on turn 4, and you're just still, we're both at 18 health and we're just feeling it out, 2 counters, absolutely. The 2 counters thing was the major beats. So that thing, when it gets dropped, and then I put the 2 counters on my 2/3 prowess flyer or whatever, so it's a 4/5, and then I attack in, and they're like, oh fuck, that's 4. And now they're just scrambling at their cards. They're like, oh my god, what the hell do I do with this? Because no one has enchantment hate. So, not in pre-release, maybe sideboard, not main deck. So they're just I think this game, if he draws creatures, I think I'm dead. And it happened exactly like that. If I drop that card, I will win every single time.
Nice.
So, that was pretty much it, but, it was very enjoyable pre-release.
That was fun.
I think it wasn't as good as Cons.
No, not nearly.
But Cons is super sweet.
Well, yeah.
Personally, I had a
fucking raping the field.
4/1 with the perfect deck.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so sweet. I will tell you this, Brutal Horde Chief is frickin' real.
He's absolutely. That guy is
guaranteed
the standard playable. Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
So
and Sean a great relation, his own right too.
Yeah.
That guy is great. Sean,
man.
Sean was great. Sean of the Great Hunt, excuse me.
We did play, me and Crow played a couple games when we got finished, just for fun or whatever.
Match, yeah.
And so he went 2-1 against me. I won the first round just because I had a bunch of bounce spells.
And I mulliganed and you went first.
So it all worked out for me. But after that, he bought that shit out. I'm like, well, That sucks.
How'd you guys like the little side game or whatever? We had to level up and meet achievements to get
tell me about it because I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, what was that all about?
That was a bunch of bullshit. But
it was meant for Magic to just kind of add an extra little fun little deal to the.
You know, like how M15 had like Fight Garuk.
No, they all have
the Hydra.
They all have those little
achievement card.
Checklists or whatever.
So that's all it was. But now, if you did that, or as a group, you yelled achievement to like the judges who were there.
As a group.
Yeah, as a group.
Well, as the whole.
Because round one, you can do. There's 3 rounds on the achievement card. And each round has 3 different possible achievements. Not every deck has, like, one of the achievements is, like, play a manifest card.
Right.
Or gain 2 life in 1 turn. There's different...
play 2 sorceries or instants in one turn.
Play an artifact spell. Not every deck has every single one of those. So, as a group, like, the story order shows how many achievements the group had to get in a round to...
The group meaning the entire pre-release.
Yeah, the whole everyone.
Yes.
I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, or...
Yeah.
Either way, we all got an Ugin pack.
Yeah, we all got Ugin packs at the end of the day, but it was just kind of like, we had to go... You just had to go through the motions of like, I played a manifest card, can we just add another achievement point onto our thing I can get this alternate art that was just completely awful for me?
I don't have a problem with it, man. It just kind of adds an extra little nothing. Cool. You don't have to care about it at all, but in the end, you get a free 4-card pack that has a chance and alt art.
It does have a rare in it. And
it does have a rare.
I got the...
Yeah, whatever. It's just a chance at like,
Ugin.
$1,000 card or, whatever.
Big deal. It's just money.
Even saying that, Knife, I still don't care. It was right.
But it was interesting. I like doing like the Fight the Garuk or doing like the Hydra, like Battle the Hydra and like Theros or whatever that shit was. It was kind of cool, but it was something different. I think they're just trying to change it up so it's not just like the same shit over and over again.
So, Knife, how's your deck?
Yeah, how was your pre-release?
0-card pre-release deck. That's a strong start.
I mean, he did get the beta though. I'm playing.
He did play beta. Whatever. All right, fine. Now I'm jealous.
I did get to play the cards before you guys did.
Yeah, a lot sooner. But yeah, I mean, pre-release, I would say it was a good pre-release.
Dick.
Right. So moving on to banning.
Oh
man!
Everyone's going to talk about it. If you listen to any of the podcasts, it's already been said.
Yeah, it's probably
we got to bring it up if you don't listen to any other podcast.
Yeah, if you want to hear the opinions of guys who don't play any of the formats,
have like no investment or stake in it at all.
Yeah,
everyone that listens is already like these guys are noobs. Like, they don't worry about our advice.
Yeah, so what is bannings? What is bannings?
Wasn't that like a mechanic where when they attack together?
Was somebody on the line and they banned them from the game store?
Did no one get that Magic reference? Banding was a mechanic.
Nobody likes banding.
This is the whoosh over the head right here.
All right, so there was some bannings in, Legacy, Vintage, Modern, and then there was like some block constructed and just some other shit. But nobody really gave a shit too much about any of them except for the big hoopla was Modern. And the ones that people really saw coming were Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time.
Right.
And everyone, whatever.
Well, I think that Dig...
I'm surprised they did Dig, but
I'm surprised they did Dig. To Treasure Cruise, I know that they had to do that, but like, Dig is very good.
Well, I think they just did Dig
because of the combo decks.
One more. It's costing.
Well, I think that double blue is still significant, though.
So I heard somebody say, like, if they took out Treasure Cruise, then they would just move to Dig and do the same thing.
It would just take a little longer.
It's still double blue, and that just makes it where, like, if you're playing more than one color, which you are,
right,
it's still hard to have double blue on turn 4 or whatever. You know? I still think there's a chance that card is not as broken as it sounds.
They probably just didn't want to ban Cruise and then have everybody move to Dig, and then they're like, fuck.
Chance.
Right. And then, okay, next bannings, here we go, we gotta do Dig.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was, from what I understand, because, I mean, I pay attention to Modern, but I don't play it. I don't, like, sit down and watch tournaments, but I listen to people talk about it, and I try and keep up on, staples and all that. But it was format warping, meaning either you were playing it, or you were trying to play against that specific card.
Siding in for that one card.
Yeah, you're siding in Graveyard Hate. Specifically for that card, or you were just, every deck was splashing blue just for that card. So, I mean, when when a whole format just kind of rotates around one or two cards, that's probably a good sign that they need to get the axe.
Jason Mind Sculptor.
I just think it's funny though that they like modern players or strictly modern players like will constantly bitch about like, oh, nothing ever changes. We never get any standard sucks. We never get any fucking cards from modern. So then they get cards from modern like, oh, we gotta fucking ban this shit. We gotta fucking ban this shit. I don't want to play against that. Like fucking, you can't have it both ways, you prick.
Well, I think there was just a little oversight on Wizards' part on the Treasure Cruise. It's
just the Treasure Cruise. I still think Dig's fine.
Yeah, Dig is. I mean,
well, when we first saw Treasure Cruise, we're all like, "What the fuck? 3 cards or 8-man, blah blah blah." We didn't think nothing of it at first.
No, because we weren't thinking in terms of modern sense.
Yeah.
But in modern, it could get really out of hand.
So also with Dig, like it's an instant, so that really adds some dick hairs to the formula. Where Cruise, I mean, it's 3 cards, 1 blue. Sorcery, which is still crazy, but I mean the instant of being able to just go through 8 cards and pick out 2.
I still think the double blue is fine though, and it's less cards.
It is less cards.
Yeah, I understand why they had to ban it because
I can see both sides.
Yeah, I can totally understand. But the other banning that we had that's making a big splash is
the Podskis.
Oh man,
it's like this is like a Domri raid moment where Ryke's like, Pod, no.
So they ban essentially Malera Pod because the whole deck was based around 1 card.
Well, there was a bunch of different flavors. Yeah. They banned the Birthing Pod.
Birthing Pod, yeah, is no longer with us, which is pretty much, if you don't know what Birthing Pod is, I believe it's 3 mana. It's a
4 mana.
Or is it 4 mana?
It's 3 mana, 3 colorless, and then a green or 2 life.
Yeah, so it's the Phyrexian life symbol. But essentially what it was, you paid, to activate it was 3 mana.
Activate it was 3 mana.
Activating it is
2 mana.
2 mana. So you pay a Phyrexian life, you can pay 2 life, or the Phyrexian mana symbol, or a green and a colorless, and tap the Malera, or the Birthing Pod, which allowed you to sacrifice a creature card with a converted I can't talk.
Command-a-most.
Let's start again. So you pretty much pay 2 mana or 2 life and 1 mana, tap Birthing Pod, sacrifice a creature, and search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost equal to 1, plus the sacrificed creature's converted mana cost. So essentially, if you tap this and sacrifice a 1 mana creature, you can look in your library for a 2 mana creature.
And bring it out.
And bring it out.
Directly to the battlefield.
Direct into the battlefield. And this was kind of like the decks they built around this card were kind of what they call utility decks, where you would have, a bunch of different cards that did different things when they entered the battlefield or left the battlefield, and there was a certain combo where you could pretty much gain infinite life or do infinite damage, which was one of the win conditions of this.
And also there was decks where they just pretty much played like 25 sideboard cards.
Yeah.
So whatever they needed to answer.
Because you could search your life.
You played that, I get to just go ahead and find the 1 card I need to answer that, and they just always do. So the problem with Birthing Pod is that it's very consistent in the way it's played. If you get that out there, that just means that your deck is going to be able to do whatever you want it to. Not saying that you're going to find the combo necessarily, but you're going to be able to do whatever it takes to stop your opponent from doing whatever they're doing.
Yeah, that's where the utility part comes into it. But it's also like, I mean, it's crazy because it's a utility deck, it's a combo deck, and it's a beatdown deck.
Major beats.
Because you had like Kitchen Finks, you had all sorts of different, like you had some flyers, what's one of them? But anyways, it's just a really efficient deck, and it can play around a multitude of different other decks, which I think maybe was probably the reason of banning of Pod, just because it was just so efficient and in the utility use of it, it was a lot easier to play around a bunch of different decks.
Well, since the inception of the format, it's been pretty, I wouldn't say dominant, but it's always been in, top 8, top of the
it's definitely one of the top tier decks, and it's always been a really big contender, I think, in a lot of the tournaments and everything like that.
I think with the addition of Siege Rhino.
Oh yeah, Siege Rhino put it over the top. That
just kind of like, you know what, enough is enough. And it's not like, they wanted to, since the beginning of Modern, they said this ban list is going to be a rotating ban list so the format doesn't get stale. So everyone's like, oh my god, I just dumped all this money into birthing pod and blah, blah, blah. First of all, why are you dumping money right before the bans? Why are you buying all these staples, quote-unquote staples, right before the bans?
When do the bans happen? Is it once a year? Just January once a year?
No, it's right before the set comes out.
Every year? Or every 3 months?
Okay.
Yep. And so,
a lot of times, like the last 4 times, there has been no bans or unbans.
yeah.
Okay.
Because they will ban and they will unban things. They actually unbanned one card, I think, this rotation.
Yeah, I saw that. They what do they unban?
Golgari Gravedigger or something like that?
Golgari Grave Troll.
Or Grave Troll, yeah.
Quick question for you guys, because like you, Knife, I don't play Modern either, but I do pay attention to it enough to know what's going on a little bit, like staple-wise and all that jazz. I don't know what you guys are personally. I didn't hear any rumblings at all about Pod being banned.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Did you guys? Well, for me,
I think it's been a long time coming, but I think.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, recently, I haven't heard anything about the possibility of it. So for me, it was a complete blindside, personally.
I think people kind of knew it was always on the precipice of being banned, but I think it was Siege Rhino that kind of just shoved it over to the little bonkers.
Just a lot of the people with the loudest voices would say, sooner or later it's going to get banned just because it's such a good card. Not that it's such an overpowered card. It's just such a good, diverse card that it makes all these decks happen. And, if you take it out, what's going to happen to the format? It's going to be a whole new format because some decks got to come up and take its place and yada yada.
I think Jund, you're going to see a huge resurgence of Jund now.
Yeah, dude. And because of Siege Rhino too. Jund is in that now, or Siege Rhino's in that now too.
Yeah, if you own the Liliana the Veil.
Oh, Peppermint Swirl! Peppermint Swirl! Special guest, Peppermint Swirl.
It was a rainy Thursday afternoon.
Someone had to swirl. Open the door and walk through. But, no. I mean, it's great for the format, great for Modern, overall, because we might see a resurgence of decks that have been suppressed by this one deck, or maybe, a combination of this deck and another deck. So I think Jund's gonna make a big splash coming back. If you own Liliana Dark Veil, you're probably in the money right now. If you own Tormagoyfs, you're probably even more in the money right now.
So people were saying, I lost all this money because they banned it, so now the price is going down. Well, if somebody was saying that, diversify your bonds, nigga. Pretty much if you own a lot of the staples, you're never going to really lose money because as soon as they banned Birthing Pod, Liliana went up, Bob went up, Dark Confidant, and a bunch of other ones went up because since Birthing Pod decks aren't going to be around.
Yeah, Splinterton's going to go up,
all these other decks are going to have a shot at being top dog, and so therefore their cards are going to spike up. They might come back down, but initially all the prices.
I just feel bad for those poor bastards that are left with all those Maleras and.
Hey man, this is a great time to buy in because when they unban it in 2 years, 3 years, something like that, then it's going to shoot back up.
Yeah.
Boom.
Exactly.
Did you guys see that alt art somebody did on Dark Confidant?
No.
With the whole NFL Patriots scandal going on with the deflated footballs?
No.
They put Brady's face on the Dark Confidant guy's face, on the Dark Confidant guy. It's the clock that's next to him is all deflated looking. It's like a deflated football in his hand.
Pretty sick.
That's clever.
Sneaky bastard.
That's very clever.
So, Golgari Grave Troll, this card has been banned since day one of Modern. And
nobody knows why.
Yeah, nobody really knows why. So let me go ahead and read this.
Yeah, read this overpowered card that need to be banned for how many years?
Say whoa afterwards.
Yeah. So it's 4 and a green for a 0/0 skeleton troll. When it enters the battlefield, with a +1/+1 counter on it for each creature in your graveyard. So, whatever. One colorless, remove a 1/1 counter. And it gains regenerate. So, alright, But the big part is Dredge 6. So Dredge means if this card is in your graveyard, you can, every time you draw a card, you have the option, instead of drawing that card, you put Golgari Grave Troll back into your hand, and you mill 6.
Which the interaction's perfect, so that you get potentially 6 more creatures.
Add more creatures to get it powered
Yeah, with a Dredge style deck. Dredge 6 that's a lot.
It's like this never-ending, full-strength Tarmogoyf that just keeps coming at you.
Yeah, so people were using the Stinkweed Imp
I have
or whatever.
no idea.
No, I love that
But
stick.
go on. Yeah. Oh, the stickweed is the bomb.
But it's that when I play my Pauper deck, it has like Dredge 5 or whatever, but.
Okay.
Anyways,
Stinky.
so, who knows if this card is actually gonna make like Dredge, like a viable.
Was it a 1/2 flyer with Death Touch?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this card isn't single-handedly probably going to bring Dredge to the forefront of modern playability.
People are going for it for sure.
But people are going to try and fucking jam that motherfucker in there and make it work just because it's never ever been in the format before. So I don't know. I think that's exciting just that it's, it may not do much, but who knows, somewhere down the line it might be a thing.
I feel a Bloodbraid elf unbanning coming up soon. That's why I feel.
It's so funny. People were
Get your cards now.
People were buying up all the Bloodbraid elves and all the whatever else is
Because they're going to get unbanned or whatever?
Yeah, because they were thinking like, oh, that's going to be unbanned. So you see all the prices like dramatically spike.
Then they're going to drop now. And people
Yeah,
realize
lower than what they were.
like, oh, this is awful. Why did I ever buy this?
So like right in the middle of set releases, just, if you can, purchase some cards that are on the ban list and hopefully they'll be unbanned and you'll make a whopping amount of,
whopping $2.
yeah, exactly.
$2.
Yeah, it'll go from 2 to 4 in no time.
Yeah. I'm just going to buy
Smart money.
I'm going to buy 1,000, Bloodbraid elves on Moto and make 17 cents.
I'm going to buy all the birthing pods. Every single one that goes into circulation. It's mine. The whole bedroom just full of birthing pods.
That's awkward.
Why? Why? It's no big deal. It's fine.
Were you trying to conceive?
Yeah.
Oh! And
Modern sucks.
Go on.
Modern
I see you holding. I see you holding the
Way
show notes.
too novice for this podcast by now.
Oh, well, yeah, the modern talk.
Yeah, you came in the perfect time.
When I hear birthing pod, I just think of the mucus sac that babies are in. So when you say a whole bedroom full of birthing pods, it just sounds horrible to me.
That's the altered art.
so, they had some other bannings. They restricted, like, Treasure Cruise or Dig Through Time. And,
Vintage, right?
Vintage and some other shit we didn't really give a shit about.
Yeah, vintage, blah, 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 rich man, poor man, yeah.
So, let's talk about, some new motherfucking decks.
New dicks.
New decks. So, Sauce, I hear that you have quite the brew.
Oh, it is a brew. I'm not going to say.
on you.
It's basically me forcing something. Like my penis. But this time it's not my penis. It's just a deck.
Much bigger.
Yeah. This is 60. That'd be heavy.
Yeah.
That's like a 3-inch stack.
That's a weighty deck.
Your dick is like for tiny leaders.
We'll get to
Now
that.
that's a segue.
Oh, boom!
But you used it at the wrong time,
Yeah,
jackass.
I blew my load too soon.
You son of a bitch. Damn it, go Hagen. So it's literally called Forcing Manifest because I am just, Manifest is sweet and I want to build a deck with it, so I did, and I'm a little proud of it, a little bit. What's up?
Oh, hi to Rahim.
Hi, Hemi. Hey, buddy. So, I built this deck, and it is Bant colors, so it is green, blue, and white. It includes 22 lands of basically your choice, because there's a lot of lands out there, and go ahead and build what you want. But the main thing is getting just manifest creatures all fucking over the place. I am playing Whisperwood Elemental, which is 3 and 2 green, so 5 mana for 4/4. At the beginning of your end step, manifest the top card of your library. So, like, when you bring them out, it can't attack that turn as a 4/4, but then you can go ahead and just put a 2/2 on the battlefield, and that's the end of your turn. And then, so every turn, you get to put a 2/2. So, I think that any card, as like, Goblin Rabblemaster will tell us, that anything that produces any sort of tokens or creatures without any other interaction is going to be a viable card. So I have 4 of those, and I have 4 Hooded Hydras. Hooded Hydra is it's like 2 green and X, and I'm not going to use it as that. Basically use it as morph, so you pay the 3 colorless or 3 whatever color, and then you put it as morph creature. You can pay, to flip Hooded Hydra, you can pay 2 green, and it'll flip them, and then the card says that if this card is flipped, it gets 5/1/1 counters. So to flip them, it only costs 2, and then you get 5/1/1 counters.
So essentially, it ignores the X because technically you're flipping it.
Correct.
Gotcha.
So that's all that is. Oh my god, this thing's not working. Why is it not working? Oh, the internet is totally down right now. That's a really good time for this internet to be down. So besides that, I have 4 Ice Feather Avens. It's a 2/2 for 2, a green and a blue. The thing is with it, it's a morph creature, and when it's flipped, then you get to return target creature that you control to your hand. You may. I'll talk about the synergies too. There's much synergies. We have 4 Teamer Sabertooths. This is like the ultimate card in this deck right now.
My favorite card of the set.
I like that in it.
Did you like it? Okay, so it's a 4/3 for 4 mana, 2 and 2 green, and it's pay 1 and a green at any time, and return target creature you control to your hand.
Another target creature you control.
Another target creature you control to your hand. And the Teamer Sabertooth gains indestructible until end of turn. So, just like when we saw in Limited, that is like a super strong effect to have just return a creature card that you have and get indestructible. It's indestructible 4/3. But the main thing is that I have much manifest creatures all over the board, and some of them are not creatures, and some of them are spells or lands that I want to play. I'm able to pay 2, make my dude indestructible, and put that land or non-creature spell back into my hand to play for later. So it's like me drawing a card for 2 mana while giving him indestructibility. That's ridiculous. So I have 4 of those. I wish I had like 8. And then I have 2 Master of Pearls. Master of Pearl is normally a 2 mana, pearl
all
necklace.
the pearl necklaces.
Pearl necklace. So he's the master of the pearl necklace.
All the bloody ones, the purple Miss Pearl here.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. It's usually meant for the face. That's fine. No big deal. So
in and around the mouth area.
In and around. So this guy is a 2/2 for 2, 1 and a white. And that's not a big deal. It's a morph creature, and it comes out, no big deal. But when it flips, all your creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. So I have 2 of these guys, and these are like that extra damage finisher, pump all of your manifest guys, pump all the other creatures you have flipped.
Very sexual.
So I have 18 creatures. 18 creatures.
Feel free to speak up.
Talk louder, buddy. That was funny. That was
You
really
are on
the cast right now. You haven't said shit yet.
5th member. I gotta change the website now. So, besides the 18 creatures, I have 16 enchantments. 4 or 8 of them being creatures themselves, basically. We have Cloud Form and Light Form, which are...
Those are the cycle ones, right?
You manifest the top card of your library, and then you attach this aura, this enchantment to it, and then one of them is, this creature has flying and hexproof, the other one is flying and lifelink. So for 3 mana, you get 3 mana for blue or white, you get a flying lifelinker or a flying hexproof, which is, that's sweet. Just by itself, the 2/2 flying hexproof.
And the option to manifest whatever.
And then hopefully you get a manifested creature, and then now you have a Hooded Hydra, which is a 5/5, that has flying and hexproof, or whatever,
Which would be ridiculous
It would
to deal
be
with.
absolutely
But
ridiculous.
like Drifting Doom, motherfucker!
Yep.
And that's how you get rid of it.
Yeah, so besides those 8 other creatures that, as enchantments, but it's kind of like creatures, I have 2 secret plans, which based on creatures get +0/+1, and whenever a creature is turned face up, you draw a card. So it's a 2 mana card that you get to draw a card from. If you draw 1 card, it pays for itself. I have Trail of Mystery. Trail of Mystery is whenever you flip a manifested card, then you get to search your library for basic land and put it into, your hand or battlefield tapped, or I don't even know, probably to your hand. And then the second thing of that is that whenever a creature is flipped, that creature, if it is a creature, gets +2/+2 until end of turn. The last thing that I have for enchantments is a Mastery of the Unseen, 1 and a white. It is whenever a creature is flipped up, face up, whatever, manifested or more creatures flipped, you get to gain 1 life for each creature on the battlefield. And the second part is pay 3 and a white, pay 4 at any time, instant speed, whatever, and manifest top card of your library. So this is I only have 1 of them, but he's just that planeswalker effect. He's that gain you life when you need it and just dump mana into it to create dudes. You know what I mean? He'll just sit there and
dead hand or no cards, you get to still bring something else out.
He's not the best on turn 2 necessarily, because I have to wait till turn 4 to have 4 mana and all that stuff, but he's a good late game guy. So I have that, and then besides that that's all the synergy right there pretty much, is that you get the manifest guys all out there, you flip them over, and give, one of the guys gives it +2/+2. One of the guys draws a card. The two aura enchantments, when you flip them, they're still flying and hexproof, flying and lifelink. They the main guy is that 4/3 that you get to put shit back into your hand. So if you draw that non-creature spell, that extra enchantment, you have that. The other stuff is just like Banishing Light. I have 3 of those. I have 3 of that new, what's that shit called? The new instant speed 2-mana card that came out with this new set. It's you choose one, target creature gets indestructible till end of turn. The other one is destroy target creature with 4 toughness or greater.
Yeah, it's the white one.
Yeah, the white one. That thing is like the nut. For 2 mana, for a destroy creature card, like destroy shit that matters card.
And just the versatility of it.
Yeah, it's super versatile.
Ridiculous.
So that's ridiculous.
That's going to see all the standard play.
Exactly. So then I have 1 Kiora after that as I gotta have a Planeswalker in there at least one, and Kiora is a good fit just to shut down something that's too big if I can't draw removal, and draw me that extra card when I need it also. So it's I just want to make Manifest work, and I only played cards that work with Manifest, even when they're just Manifest creatures. I don't care if they're flipped, it just works.
So do you think this is a deck you're going to build on Moto?
Yes, because it's cheap enough. The deck price for this, if you guys are interested...
The most expensive card is Kiora, right?
Kiora and then the lands, of course.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, everything on Moto, I think like the whole deck is $90. And that includes like the fetch lands. I put like 4 fetch lands in there in my price, or 3 fetch lands in this price. So really, if you weren't playing fetches, it's probably like $70. So that's it. It's a cheap deck. And it's not going to be tier 1, of course, but it's going to do the major beatdown, and it's going to be cheap. So I'm excited to play it.
I really want to see that interaction between the Sabertooth and the
yeah, it's going to be sick when especially like the Sabertooth on its own. If you try to use a removal spell on something, like, yeah, that's fine. I have 2 mana open. I'm going to go ahead and just put them back in my hand. Like no matter what you do, as long as I have mana, I'm able to just, that's fine. I'll just put them back in my hand. I don't want them dead, so that's cool. And then you don't get to, scry 2 off of your burn spell or whatever. You don't have to do shit.
Did you have Whisperwood in there?
Yeah, I have 4 of them.
4? Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the cards I wish I would have opened.
That guy also has the second thing is you sacrifice them. All the creatures you control that are non-token and not manifest. Face up creatures. Face up non-token creatures all have, when this creature dies, manifest top card of your library. So it's good against sweepers.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't want to use it. But like, if someone's gonna take out 3 of my creatures at once, well, screw it. I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice them and get 2 manifested cards back on the board right away.
And plus every upkeep. Is it every upkeep or
every end step?
Every end step.
Which is better because then it happens that turn.
Right. I like it. I can't wait
to see it in action.
Yeah, I was just going to say, can't wait to see it in action.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll get some videos up there eventually. It'll be cheap, so.
I heard, what Knife did you have a?
Knife has another deck that we were playing tonight, and it does beat, it's one of those, like, when it gets going, you just pick up your cards.
This is kind of an obnoxious deck. I was fucking around on the MTGO beta, and I played against this guy who had, what's the squid? When you draw cards, it gets +1/+1. Anyways,
yes.
So he just had all these draw spells and totally tempo, bounce, counter, and the squid just got up to 10/10 or something ridiculous. By the time I was able to kill
Chasm Stalker?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy.
So by the time I was able to kill it, he just had 10/1/1s, and I was like, well, fuck me. And so I was like, you know what? I want to make a deck like that. I started brewing it, and then I started putting all these other cards in, and I was like, fuck Chasm Skulker. I don't need it in this deck to make it good. And so I came up with this Sultai Walkers list. The 1-drop slot, of course, we have Thoughtseize, a full play set, because if you're playing black and you're not aggressive, Thoughtseize is your best friend. In the 2-drop slot, I got 4 Sylvan Caryatids, because 3-color, of course, why not? And I have a one of, Scryfish! It's the Scryfish! He actually does a lot of work in the deck.
He does something.
It's silly, but I really like it.
It's 2 mana for an 03, that's pretty good.
And then I also have a full playset of Disdainful Strokes. So counter target spell with converted mana cost 4 or greater. Generally, that's really good, but I notice, in some of the games, I wanted to counter a hero's downfall or something like that.
I was going to ask, before you went back to this list, is like, you don't want to like change out like 2 of those for negates or something?
Yeah,
I think... especially for hero's downfall with all your walkers.
Yeah, I think I'm going to change 2 out for negates and put 2 and 2 in the main and 2 and 2 in the board.
It is like that because I don't think that 4 mana, like the big shit, is even really the problem. It's like a lot of things are the problem.
Yeah.
Like, Rebel Master is a problem for your deck. Just things that are like fast and aggressive are a problem for your deck. So I agree, like taking like 2 of those out and doing some other kind of thing with it.
Yeah, I definitely don't need the full play set of Disdainful Strokes, but it is a good card.
Very good card.
And I also have, I'm not sure if all these numbers are correct in this paper list because I was working off of the list I had online, so if memory serves me correctly, these are all the correct numbers. But I have a full playset of Hornet's Nest.
Hornet's Nest, you say?
Motherfucking Hornet's Nest in the main board.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
The best defender ever.
Yes, best defender. So, as you can see, just building up a little pillow fort, with my mana makers and the starfish and the Hornet's Nest. And in the 3-drop slot, I got Hero's Downfall. Of course I got Hero's Downfall.
What's that card again?
Oh, it's destroy. It's
Hero's Downfall.
I see your murder and raise you a planeswalker.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yes, it is. Bullshit. So I got 4 of those. And for more removal, I have 3 Crux of Fate. Of course, the new black board white.
Yeah, destroy all dragons or destroy all non-dragons.
Yeah.
Choose one.
And I haven't run into a problem yet with having to choose in between the 2. It's pretty clear cut.
Yeah.
Then I have, of course, 3 Treasure Cruise.
Oh, get that banned shit out of here.
If it's good enough to be banned in Modern, it's good enough for this goddamn sultai deck. And so, as for the Planeswalkers, I have 2 Ashiok Nightmare Weavers, just because I don't have any attacking creatures in the deck. So to be able to jack their creatures and attack back with them is nice.
It's a good curve too.
Or even if I'm up against a control deck, if I can -10, which I was almost able to do with Hot Sauce's deck,
but you didn't.
I didn't, but it fucks up control decks like nobody's business if I can ultimate it. I also have 3 Kiora, the Crashing Waves. She is like my new favorite card. I feel like why haven't I fucked around with her before? Don't tell my girlfriend that I'm fucking around with Kiora, the Crashing Wave. But I got 3 of them, and I have 2 Liliana Vests.
So I was going to say Liliana the Dark Veil. I'm like, how did you slip those in there?
Yeah. My 3 girls, Ashiok, Kiora, and Liliana Vests. I got 2 of those, and I put those in there not really seeing that there's this kind of little cool interaction with Liliana's -2 and Kiora's -1 to where when I -2 with Liliana, I can search for a card and put it on top of my library, and then the -1 on Kiora is draw a card, and I can play an additional land this turn, so I can just tutor up whatever I want. Tutor. I have 1 Garruk Apex Predator, just because he's so versatile. He does, I really wanted him to be a lot better than he actually is, but he's just super versatile. It's +1, destroy another target planeswalker. +1, put a 3/3 Death Toucher on the battlefield. -3, destroy target creature. Gain life equal to its toughness. I don't even care about the ultimate because, holy fuck, those do all I fucking need, basically.
They really do.
And then,
what is the ultimate?
The ultimate is -8, target opponent gains an emblem with whenever a creature attacks you, it gets +5/+5 and gains trample until end of turn. So that's kind of a holy shit. And then of course, my new favorite finisher, Ugin, the always played. So
the Ugin, the 2 of maybe.
Ugin, the $25 now, $5 later, and then another $40 when they break it in Modern.
He is actually working in a lot of decks. It's just another board wipe. It's killing a creature or 3 your face. And then if I can -10, which I was able to do against Hot Sauce, it's just fucking game over.
How much mana does it cost?
8.
8 colorless.
That's 8.
But I got...
Use a control deck though, at least.
Yeah, I got the Caryatids. I got, a bunch of Scry lands and the Starfish. And I'm just...
Treasure Cruise,
Treasure Cruise. It's not...
It has happened. Almost every game that goes long, he is able to put it out there.
Yeah. If I have a proper draw, I get there. So... And I have polluted deltas, a couple pain lands, 3 scry lands. I didn't go too crazy on the scry lands just because I need mana up to be able to do my reactionary spells. And so, but I was pretty happy with the list. I just kind of dicked around with it on Magic Online. It did some decent things on there. So I have most of the cards in paper and just waiting for the set to actually drop. And then I think I'm going to sleeve it up and take it to an event.
An event.
Just one.
So,
Pretty badass, though.
Nice. I like it. I like the Planeswalkers.
What?
The whole suite.
You drawing a dick now? What's going on here?
No. I was just
Look at dick on a kite.
Pointing at things? Dick
I wasn't really trying to point at the dick. Are we still doing that? New knowledge?
Of course we are.
Okay,
of course we
good.
are. And now we can bring Mr. Peppermint's roll into it because now this is more casual talk.
Yeah.
Rather than like, oh, this is so serious.
Yeah.
This is my
This
deck.
is my structured deck.
Don't talk over me. This is my turn.
This is my time.
I have the conch.
This is Ryke hour.
So,
What do you guys play? I don't care.
So the 2-year-old cards are legal again, huh?
Yes.
So, for Noob's knowledge, we actually have a Noob with us, so we can direct our shitty knowledge towards you.
Let's take it away, dude. What's
Yep.
Noob's knowledge?
Yeah.
What's today's new
did-
knowledge consist of?
What did you learn this week?
Yeah, what do you want to know about?
When can I play an instant?
Right after you find the Clitoris. That's when you can play it.
Boom! That means I never get to play it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That means-
it's banned. So, Noob's knowledge this week is we're going to be discussing a new format. I'm not quite sure.
I don't know how
when
new.
it
A mind-bendingly new
I feel like
format.
it's been out for
It's
like a
probably
few
been
months
around.
or something like that. Or 6 years. I have no idea.
Well, it's
New
really
in the
nice
terms of
that
us.
none of us have the fucking page up.
No, I have everything
that
up in here,
talks
up in
about
the
it.
brain.
Oh, up in the old
Oh,
brain.
we're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah,
perfect,
I know
perfect.
most of it myself too.
So-
it's pretty basic as far as what's going on with it.
For some reason, like everyone's going off about it right now. And the format we're talking about is called Tiny Leaders. And by the way, I'm going to go and shut it down right now, and we're going to call it Leaders. That's it. Because I don't want to say Tiny Leaders. It's a stupid name.
What about TL?
No, not TL either. Just that
that's
Commander,
even worse.
Commander and
I
Leaders.
feel like it's like Tiny Leader should like your new nickname for your cock.
That's fine. It's fine.
Tiny
But
Leader.
who's it leading?
No, your balls.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's got to lead the charge.
That makes so much sense.
What if the balls are bigger?
Well,
That's why it's a tiny leader.
Usually the meek and the smart, control the big dumb goofs,
Alright, fine. Well, what if they're both small?
Still got it
What
backwards.
if they're all just small?
You know
Then-
what?
then the taint
What
takes over.
What the fuck is this format all about, okay? I know it's not about balls.
sassy bitch.
It's about underage.
Then we talk about the popper block.
So this is
It was conceived in 2013.
all right. Very good.
In the back of a Winnebago.
That's still too young.
It is way too young. We can't even touch that. For a while.
You missed it. There's already a lot of talk of child pornography already. You don't go down the road.
A lot about that.
I wouldn't say a lot of time.
We could like
That's a lot.
There was a lot of people going, shh, stop, let's move on. And then me just like, no, but really.
Disturbed there's enough shared knowledge here to have a discussion.
You want me to bring it up again? I can ask him right now. So
he's the one you share the file with. Gotcha.
he's the one I'm talking about. I have a friend of mine that wants to know the answer to this. So Tiny Leaders is a tiny commander, basically. So commander is normally 40 health. This is 25 health. Commander is normally 100 cards. This is 50 cards. You have a commander, so you have 1 card and 49 other cards.
Still has to be a legendary
It
creature.
has to be a legendary creature. That creature, and including all cards in your deck, have to be 3 converted mana cost or lower. And any cards with X, that X is 0, so X cards are still allowed.
As long as the sum mana cost
No.
doesn't go above 3.
No, you can still use an X for whatever. It's just because the converted mana cost is still 2. Just like Disdainful Stroke does not hit.
Hydra is legal in it?
Yeah, because Disdainful Stroke does not hit,
I don't really like that.
X whatever's. It's still just a 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that's it. That's not a 4. I mean,
I don't really like that
Disdainful
part of
Stroke
it.
can't hit it.
If you're gonna go small, you shouldn't have backdoors around the small.
Either way, let's get on. Let's move on. The rest of the rules are the commander has to be legendary, obviously. All the cards that you play besides your commander have to be of the same colors. So it's the same thing, right? It's commander.
Yeah.
There is also no commander damage, so no more 21 points of damage from your commander or whatever. And it's also meant to be played 1-on-1. So it's the commander is supposed to be kind of like a 2 or like a 4-all type format,
multiplayer situations.
Yeah, multiplayer. This is more like
4 hours a match.
Well, you can play one-on-one commander, but it's not as fun.
So this is the thing that you want to do. Like my problem with commander is that one thing is that you have to have 4 people to have a good exciting time. So now you get to instead just go ahead and go 1-on-1 like a normal deck, but you get to play sweet badass cards from all different types of formats, and then there's still like a ban list or whatever, but I don't even know what the hell the cards are on there.
So this
what's up?
Minimander.
Yeah, the Minimander.
That's it.
Well, you know what? I'm just
At least
happy
I brought something.
I'm just happy we're not calling it fucking Tiny Leaders. What a stupid name.
Let it go.
We're grown men, goddammit.
So Minimander.
So Minimander, like Commander, all cards from the beginning of time are legal.
Yes, essentially.
As long as there's only one.
Yeah, they have their own little ban list.
It has a separate ban list from regular Commander?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
And it has a 10-card sideboard.
10-card sideboard, and it says up to 10 cards.
And you cannot change your commander between games, obviously.
Right. So you can up to 10 cards. You don't have to have 10, but you can have no more than 10.
Well,
but you cannot have more than 50 cards or less. It is absolute 50.
How many 3-mana or less legendary creatures are there?
Decent amount.
Is there a
decent amount?
Even in this set right now, there's like 2.
Maybe I was thinking 2, because I think 1 or 2 mana legendary creatures.
I saw some
far
theory that's out there. It's 3-1.
Even like Brimaz is that.
Oh, Brimaz is legendary.
There's actually a big, I won't say big, but there's a decent ban list going on here.
Okay.
But it's mostly like Vampiric Tutor, Time Walk, Time Vault,
right,
Strip
all the
Mine,
shit that you'd
Soul
expect
Ring,
to be.
Soul Ring.
Soul Ring.
Oh,
Yeah, Soul Ring.
well, I was totally going to put that in, so that sucks.
Yeah. Mana Crypt, Demonic Tutor, Chaos Orb.
So the things that
Black Lotus, I can't put my... well, now what am I going to do
My
with
near
it?
mint Black Lotus cannot be played.
I just spent all that money on a Black Lotus.
Just took it out of the frame.
Yeah.
Just to put it in a fucking Minimander deck.
Should have just bought a Hyundai.
Yeah, exactly. So
now this noob has the knowledge.
But that seems like a format I could get behind because it seems a lot quicker than Commander.
it is.
That's the one thing I didn't like about Commander because it is since it's such a big multiplayer format, it takes fucking forever to play a game of Commander, and you can only play one game of Commander.
And you have that health bump.
Yeah.
So this is 30, you said?
25.
25.
So you have that. I think that it's cool because you get to only play one. So like if you do have expensive cards or whatever that you want to take care of, or you want to purchase, you only buy one, just like Commander. But instead of buying 100 of one, of single cards, this is a lot cheaper, and you're going to get to your stuff that you're familiar with faster. And I just think it's cool. I think like Pauper's cool in that way where like, I like the limitation. I actually really enjoy that it's only 3 mana or less. I think that's really fun to take a lot of the shit even out of it and just like shrink the meta down and just build what you can with what you got. I think that's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, because when you put restrictions on things, it makes you be creative.
Like why is draft fun? Why is draft fun?
Exactly,
you get restricted and you have to just make it work, and I love that. So I'm super excited. Did you confirm on there though that X is 0?
I haven't run into that.
Have you guys played Minimander games?
No, we have not.
Absolutely.
So you'll have to build a Minimander
So you need to build one.
So you're dropping knowledge from a blind tower.
It's the blind leading the mini blind here.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really excited.
Peons.
I want to build my deck around Timrit the Murder King. Just fill it with pain in the ass zombies or creatures that come back and
fast,
bunch of burn and haste and sounds fun.
That sounds really fun. This one I'm choosing is from the new set. It's 2 and a blue, but it also has the hybrid mana cost in it, so I can be able to
in the activated abilities.
Yes, in the activated abilities, that counts. So I'm able to play instead of just playing blue, I get to play red and white also. This guy is I think he's a 3/2 with prowess, and then his activated ability is if you cast a non-creature spell this turn, you may pay hybrid blue-white, red-white, so you pay 2 mana, and then target creature gains double strike this turn. So it's like that. It's like that perfect commander card because that's what you want commanders to have. You want them to have like these separate abilities or something like that to like have interaction.
Yeah.
Like Brymaz, I feel is like a pretty weak commander because it's just a good creature with no other interaction, and I want like to bring him out and then just like do shit with him. I want him to be a planeswalker,
Right.
And Brymaz is not a planeswalker.
No.
So and Temerate is like that because he has 2 activated abilities and he gets to just have a whole bunch of fun with it. You know, so that's the best. Bro, it's best.
So
He is
to
the best.
bring this back a little more newbie than you guys are talking right now, is Minimander or Commander, do they favor monocolors more because of the limited amount, or it doesn't matter?
It's just up to whatever you want to brew.
Yeah,
Personal flavor.
it really is.
Yeah,
There are
like people like to do like themed commanders. Some people like to just do
zombies, angels, slivers, you know.
dragons.
Or just good stuff.
Yeah, or they just want to like
broken ass interactions.
All foils in my case.
Exactly.
Yep.
So, like, slivers could be viable because they could get like your best 3-mana sliver and then just go ahead and build everything around that. I mean, maybe not because it's actually not multiple colors because you kind of need the 5.
Yeah,
Because I don't think they have
Well,
3.
you get the mana weft for one, and there
but then you
go.
only can play green because you can only play creatures.
Well, it has,
You can only play-
it has to be a legendary.
your Minimander has to be a legendary
But
creature.
besides that,
Oh, yeah.
besides that, mana weft's only green. That means you're only able to play green slivers, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm gonna retract my statement.
Because your deck can only be built out of the colors that your commander is.
Oh,
So
but
if your
there
commander
is there a
blue-
legendary sliver?
I don't know, but even if there was,
The mana weft's not.
either way, they don't have
What's
a
the
green-
hive?
So the one that has most of them that are multicolored are like 5 colors.
Okay.
So that would be too high of a cost.
What's the sliver hive queen or hive whatever?
Yeah, that thing is all 5
Is that a
colors.
legendary?
So I think, maybe
Sliver
not.
Hive Lord.
Yeah.
Is it? It probably
I'm
is.
pretty sure it is.
probably is.
Yeah,
But either
I
way,
think that was
that
a-
thing's
Still
5 colors, so
it's still
5
lower
mana,
for
so it doesn't
Minimander.
work.
That's fine for commander, but not for Minimander.
So I guess slivers won't work, but like his zombie approach, it's red and white. So red for all the burn and destruction, and then black. I'm sorry, red and black.
Red and
black.
Yeah, not red and white. Sorry, red and black. So all the black is all the creatures, and all the red is all the spells. And then he's able to just build a deck, 50 cards, 1 of each, and beat the shit out of me.
I'm looking at all.
Are you buying stuff right now?
Yeah, I'm in debt already.
How old is she? Damn it!
No, I'm looking at all the.
Too old for you.
I'm looking at all the zombies that cost 3 or less.
Oh no!
Not a
Told
whole
you
lot.
not to autofill your credit card information.
No, there is a lot. Like,
yeah, I
it's
think-
gonna take me a while.
What about, okay, there's that, well, no, see, once again, it's not legendary. God damn it. I'm just thinking of cool creatures, but they're not legendary.
Yeah, he's got a. Yeah, that's the big thing I was concerned about. Like, how many good or decent 3-mana legendary guys are there? That
So
are
that
the color
seems
you
like
want to play?
that's got to be your starting point. You
Yeah,
pick
you
your,
have to
yes.
build around
Yeah,
that. So there
yeah.
can only be
It's a-
so many. But I mean,
It's a
You
top
can
down.
find that out.
still.
When you go to like search for whatever leader you think you may want to do, or try to find one. There's different filters, different sites you can search at putting a legendary creature,
Gather it
and
up
you can
now.
put the the cost
One-
in there.
oh, wait, hold on.
and you can you can find them. They're out there.
yeah, I'll have
Right.
to look at it. We'll have to do some research since we're just going in this blind. But
Either way.
it seems like a lot of fun.
There's 127 legendary creatures that are 3 mana or
Oh,
less.
so you got a good
I
chunk.
think that's viable. Totally viable.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You got your pick. I'm super excited about Jeskai colors because I'm playing a lot of those right now. I'm really enjoying them. And a lot of them are cheap. So like I get to play Jeskai Charm. Or whatever that thing is. I get to play the 3/3 flyer.
You know what I was
Holy shit.
thinking?
What's up, dog?
My fucking humans deck that I built last standard.
The white black?
Yeah.
With what guy? For the commander.
I don't know, just find a human commander. But that thing
But
was...
it's probably going to be white though. That's the problem. Mono white.
There's probably a white-black one.
Maybe. Okay.
Well,
Anyway.
anyways,
Just saying.
like humans would be a good thing because a
Yep.
lot of them are low casting cost.
Yeah.
Or just
The white weenies.
The white
Yeah, the
weenies. And that
old
thing
white
would totally
weenies.
just beat it up.
the white mini weens.
Agreed.
Again, very sexual, guys. Beating up weenies.
Well, I mean,
Magic is a very
what we're all
sensual.
about.
yeah.
Beating up weenies.
You just take your pants off and we'll teach you a thing or two about magic, okay? Don't you worry about it. But, I mean, that's been our episode for today. Thanks for tuning in. Like we said last episode, we have a new Twitch channel, If Lands Could Kill, on Twitch TV. You can find us at If Lands Could Kill with 1 L
On the kill.
on Twitch.
Because of characters. Because of reasons.
Sure.
Special reasons.
Sure.
Limitations.
You could do Facebook stuff. I don't even think anybody goes on there anymore.
Facebook's like
MySpace.
Facebook is dying a little bit when it comes to just like constant interaction. I think
Um,
Twitter is the spot for that now.
Yeah, I'm just over
So get on that,
Facebook.
get on that Twits.
Yeah, so where can they reach you on the Twitter, Crow?
At Samhain Crow. SAMHAIN Crow.
That was simple. What about you, Ryke? Oh,
I actually do have one. It's at Ryke Cardine. RYKEKARDINE.
Is that on Twitter? You got a Twitter now?
Yeah, it's Twitter.
Oh, I gotta add you.
Join it.
I don't use it. I don't use it,
For
but
the
I have it.
cat. How come you haven't followed us, you dick?
Wait, I think I added you.
I don't think I've ever had it. I don't think I've actually opened Twitter, but I have one.
What's the add button do?
I don't know.
And what about you, Sauce?
What is this interaction thing?
Reach me. I try to take control of the social media universe, so just reach me at all of our general If Lands Could Kill sites, like Facebook, Twitter, comment on MTGcast when you listen to this episode.
Do we have a MySpace?
We have a MySpace, and you can listen to all of our sweet, sweet music.
Just open up a MySpace. We're bringing it back.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, you know, it like auto plays the music, and we're gonna hide the pause button like way off in the corner so you can't find it, and just like shrink it down to 2 pixels and shit. So
That's my favorite thing.
isn't that the best thing ever? Like, oh, I gotta listen to Mariah Carey now. Shit, I would have that on there.
Do we have a AIM screen name?
Yeah,
Not
right.
yet. Now
we
do.
have a dead aim scream name.
Okay. Scream name?
Scream
What?
name. The summer of the movie.
Alright, guys, that's been episode 23?
23, I believe, right?
Jesus. Well,
23?
I think it's 23.
It's 23.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right on.
I guarantee it.
And that's been it. I'm Knifecity.
Samhain Crow.
Is it right?
Hot sauce.
Peppermint swirl!
That was strong.
Nice. I like it. Just gonna fade out right here. Yeah. Oh, have you guys heard of the Wikipedia game?
Ooh, that is dry.
So, it's basically, you're familiar with the 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, right?
Yeah.
I've heard of it. I don't know
I've never played it.
about it, though.
Okay, so basically, 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon is you name an actor, and then you're supposed to
Link that actor to
Kevin Bacon.
with it
movie.
as little.
Yeah, so,
Seven.
okay, so he was in the movie with him, and so that guy was in the movie with him, that guy was in the movie with him, who was in the movie with Kevin Bacon, boom. And so, it's the same thing with Wikipedia, except you can only use one window and the hyperlinks on that window. So, me and Peppermint Swirl did Germany to Patrick Swayze.
He was born in Germany.
No. It was just 2 random things I thought of. So, you start out Germany, and then only using the hyperlinks can you get to Patrick Swayze.
Was it possible?
It was possible, and so it's like, we're both on our cell phones, and it's like whoever gets there first wins. And so I went to like Germany, to the UN, to Canada, to the UK, to the BBC, to some other fucking weird channel, to Late Night with Johnny Carson, to SNL, to Chris Farley, to Patrick Swayze.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a great way to get there. Chris Farley.
Let's just leave that there.
Oh yeah. So I was thinking. Don't worry, like so I was thinking like, oh, Dirty Dancing, that'll be easy. And I'm like, I know nothing about Dirty Dancing besides the fact that Patrick Swayze's in it, so this isn't gonna work. And then Colin did one, and it was asphalt to gonorrhea. And he beat me pretty handily in that one. So
He knows his gonorrhea.
Yeah, he knows the asphalt and gonorrhea. 2 subjects he's very well versed in.
Yeah. You think of Patrick Swayze, you think of Dirty Dancing?
and Roadhouse.
Thank you. That's what I was going for. Roadhouse.
Like, I don't know anything about Roadhouse.
Yeah,
You never seen it? Oh my god.
It doesn't
like-
mean if
but like-
I've seen it or not. I mean,
But like you don't know the director, you don't know co-stars.
Sam Elliott's in it.
I don't know Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott. You don't? Oh man. Sam
You know what?
Elliott's a badass.
Overboard. You guys seen that one?
Oh, yep.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's a
Patrick
good one,
Swayze,
too.
isn't it?
Is that Patrick Swayze?
Yeah, Patrick
Is that just
Swayze.
one of those, like, fucking...
No, wait, that's not Patrick.
That's
Swayze.
the other guy. That's
the other guy who
from
looks
LA,
like.
yeah.
Can't remember.
Yeah, okay.
My entire life I get
Russell?
this guy.
Kurt
Kurt
Russell.
Russell.
Kurt Russell, yeah.
Yeah, they are the same person.
Fucking
Kurt Russell
Kurt
and
Russell
Patrick
person.
Swayze. Go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
person. Done.
It's on the same page as a no
Yeah.
lookalike.
It's like, did you mean?
Done.
Got it.
Called it. Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
Explosive.
Well, see you later, you guys.
It takes
See you next week, same time, same place.
When it's made from me and you.
They didn't know we all cast naked
her
yet.
And the baby too. Too many.
That's why it's so cold in here.
Oh my god, dude! Alicia, who smiles at death, is the bomb fucking commander.
That's a good.
If you, she attacks, you pay hybrid Orzhov. If you do return target creature card with power 2 or less from the graveyard.
That is the most popular. The problem is that's the most popular one right now.
Yeah.
What?
I have to tell you.
This isn't a unique idea that I just had.
No, this is the most popular. She's the most popular.
Motherfucker.
I have to tell you, on my way over here, I was listening to the podcast.
Which one?
22.
Okay.
And I was half I don't know why, just disconnected somewhere between my place and here. I was just expecting that it was like live, and I was gonna walk in the middle of it. And I walked in and I was like, what is this? I don't understand any of this.
This is not where I was. What the hell?
I'm a noob.
Life should be on pause.
Oh, fuck.
So I was grossly surprised when I stepped.
Grossly
Disappointed is what you mean, right?
Exactly.
No, never disappointed.
You know that episode is terrible. This is much more better.
There's only 5 little things here that are disappointing.
Well, you got here after all the funny and shit talking and came in the middle of deck talking.
We were talking about a lot of funny things before this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first half hour is the best part, and then everything else is like, alright, I guess we gotta talk about the stupid magic game.
Oh, I thought I was gonna get to try my super illegal deck that Jason and I built last night.
Super illegal? I don't even have my deck.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a deck in like
no
4
standard
months.
deck.
I take mine everywhere I go.
Yeah, I kind of leave it at home with the wife.
She guards it.
Purse.
Yeah, got balls, magic deck, money.
Look at all the necessities.
Yep. Well, those little things
every day she
around
leaves
in
the
there.
house.
Where are the balls at? Oh, wait.
So they have the stress balls, you twirl them in your hands, you just constantly sitting there.
Right next to my coin purse, that other useless object.
Yeah, right? Completely useless.
Ryke's
Balls, why do you
pennies,
need 2 coin purses?
all the useless stuff.
Oh, fuck. Now I gotta get ready for work tomorrow.
Really? That's not for like 12 hours.
When I go to bed at like 10:15. Yeah, it's good.
How's that going?
It's good. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's a good job.
Yeah.
I'm loving it, but I have to get my ass up fucking early. Yeah. All today. The highlight of my day was I sat around. It was
The boss is coming. Work.
Yeah. The highlight of my day was I changed some toner out. That was pretty fun.
Ooh. So you have to pull that strip out like a grenade?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I usually do. From behind the cubicle, I fucking pull it out and I throw it over.
Tuck and roll and throw it in the machine from across the room.
That's good though. It's slow. It's slow, but it's not bad.
What?
You think of an office of like 90 people would be a little more hopping, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, Just wait till something bad happens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have a lot of safeguards.
Wait till the internet and the phone go down together. That'll be a bad day.
Yeah.
Wow.
What are you wowing?
I just found some like crazy ass fucking creature.
Play your hand for free.
Soul of Elements.
Now it's teamer colors. You can have blue card draw on that too.
Yeah.
And just go.
Fuck.
Oh,
That's
three
dumb.
more cards for the cruise or whatever. Yeah, here you go.
That's dumb.
Not really
I don't like this guy. This is a thing?
This is a thing.
Yeah.
Was he using this?
Yeah. What's the price on this
I don't want
motherfucker?
to seem too eager, but
There you go.
Yeah.
No,
I love it. My kind of enthusiasm, sir.
it's only $13.25.
that's no big deal.
Illegal deck.
That's surprising.
So illegal. So small.
Apparently, it's getting a card that it's still
Yeah.
Yeah, a while ago.
Protection
No,
from
we just
white
made
and
that last
black.
night. Oh, you just made
the
this?
two
Yeah,
fuckers
just
that fuck.
bastardized all the cards I own.
All the black ones.
Have you not played it yet?
Yeah. Fucking stab wound.
What's
I
that?
hate
Have you not
stab
played it yet?
wound.
No, I played it a lot last night.
No.
Well, I played it 4 games last night.
Yeah,
This is a new one. Where did you get this one?
I didn't lose any.
Oh, did you get this from Jace?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm like, this is fucking new.
Yeah,
this is not even out yet.
We splashed in some of the best from everything.
Nice.
I like this one guy. This guy is inspired by
You know what I'm the Dick Kite? Yeah.
in
I remember that.
Yeah, that's
World of
a
Warcraft.
self-portrait of you.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
I thought you meant the rogue of shadows.
No. These ones, where is it? Where'd it go? These is designed by Rob Pardo. He's one of the guys that worked on World of Warcraft.
Oh, nice.
Sorry.
Hexproof
Did I do
black
something
guy?
wrong?
No, you see if you knew this guy's name. Rob Pardo.
Sweet card.
I know World of Warcraft is.
I know. That's why I was like, oh, maybe he knows
No,
this guy.
I've never played it, but
But yeah, this was based on the Rogue
art style. Oh, okay.
Rogue of Warcraft. No, like they hired like the guy from like that made Minecraft. He got to design a car.
I heard about that.
Guy from Plants vs. Zombies.
Yeah, one of the Halo guys got to design a car or anything.
Just the art, or like
No, the actual like the mechanics. of the
Oh, that's
car.
cool. I thought it was just art. Well, I guess the art style is like pretty much the same throughout.
Yeah, the art they commissioned out, but they got to fucking do the design of
Damn,
the car.
dude, a lot of these are pretty fucking crazy.
I'll have to check it out later. I gotta fucking bail out of here. That sucks.
Just don't.
Sucked in
I'm just
the
gonna
middle
go
of
to
it,
work.
so-
Yeah, don't even go.
I'm just gonna quit work. Work for chumps.
Dude, some of these
what I'm
fucking
saying.
3-mana
Work
dudes
is
are
for
crazy.
chumps.
I got work tomorrow. You know what I'm doing on my
I
lunch?
know. Fucking.
Going to the gun range.
Really?
Nice. Yeah, I've been going every week for the
Really?
past like 4 weeks.
You haven't invited me yet, man.
Are you leaving or are you playing?
You guys gotta go.
Well,
I got a
your
lot of
kind
ammo.
can't be trusted.
Oh, you can go ahead and
Well,
play
just
them.
paint my face.
White. Put white face on? Yeah. Put white face on.
It's very offensive, sir.
Just as racist.